Yo, mm, yeah, yeah. What? Hey, with some ice and drink. Yeah, place, place, place. I can't escape. Oh, oh, day with some haze and a drink. Uh, yeah, mm, yeah, yeah. I'm on my Mr. Rogers shit today. You know what I'm talking about? Start every show now, just like Mr. Rogers. I need to get an intro where I'm singing my song, you know what I'm saying? Like, and walking in, take off my jacket from work, and then put on my jacket for the show. Or in this case, a shawl instead of a sweater. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, the sweater, right? What's his name? Mr. Rogers had a sweater, right? What was going on? What the fuck? Green room issues. Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, this show is kind of like my version of Mr. Rogers. This is the black Mr. Rogers, not to be confused with the one that Mr. Eddie Murphy was doing on Saturday Night Live. This one is more just to the theme of we're gonna have music. We're just gonna talk about stuff. We're gonna learn some stuff. Yeah, it's basically how it's going to go down today. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas channel, if you're watching at Drunk Banthas, and welcome to the Nerds at Night channel, if you're watching from Nerds at Night. Thank you for joining us. How about a round of applause for yourself? We're getting it in. My name is Bill, for those who don't know. Today, you are watching the Drunk Banthas channel's The Bantha Bunch Show with your boy Bill. This is the 5th week of doing this show. We do it every Tuesday at 8 p.m. I try to do it at 8 p.m. Today we were behind and this shit did not crack off till mad late. So I'm gonna tell you why in just a second. But yeah, you can like, subscribe. You won't miss this show every week on Tuesday. But this show will be going to members only version, or going back to a members only version here in about 2 to 3 weeks. So get all your watches in now, but when it goes back to the members only, it's 99 cents a month for you to sign up, for you to get all of our content early, and for you to get all of our content early, and it's so you don't ever forget about, you know, any of the things. In case you forget about any of the things that we do, you just jump on there and subscribe, and it'll notify you. And or it'll pop up in your lexicon of your feed, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what kind of stuff you got in your feed, because some of that stuff will just knock us right on out of the running for what you're gonna see. I'm telling you right now, my phone is blowing up because they're getting it in on my phone right now. Let's see here. Yeah, and for those of you who are watching live, go ahead and chat in the chat. For those of you who are watching from the future, for all you time travelers out there, I want you to like and subscribe and comment so that we can engage and we answer all the comments. Yeah, my name is Bill, and let's get kind of started. So the reason that I'm running behind, I'm all discombobulated right now, and I'm like halfway distracted, is because I I got a beautiful gift today from my girlfriend. She gave me a office chair for my at home studio here, and man, I gotta tell you, that shit was really touching. It was really cool, but I had to bring it up here by myself. And man, my back is killing me. And also my legs are killing me. And also I'm hot. Um, I might have to get up from here and no joke, like turn on the AC because I'm still sweaty from having to do that. But it was all good. It's all good. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. But yeah, like I was having a lot of trouble. Um, I I scraped my hand on the wall. We got these like bumpy concrete walls and at my apartment, and man, it sucked. I live on the third floor of which is the top floor of this building, and it was terrible. I mean, oh, hold on a second. Do we have somebody at the door? Is that somebody at the door? We'll just wait. See, I don't know. I don't be answering the door just for anybody. We'll see what happens. But yeah, scrape my hand all up. Scrape my hand all up, man. It fucked my shit up. I'm bleeding. And I got on like this ain't white, it's oatmeal, but it's white. I'm not trying to get my shit dirty. I'm definitely not trying to get blood on it. That's never coming out. So I'm pissed, kind of, but not pissed about my gift. The gift is dope. I can't wait to actually put it together. But yeah, that's why I'm late. I was running around, man, running around. I didn't even, to be honest with you, I apologize for not posting this like in the chats and all that stuff. I hope Little Frothy said, I hope your back is okay. It is. I'm just talking shit, really. No, I'm just here talking. Don't take anything I say too serious up here. And that's for everybody. This is a disclaimer. Bill always is talking shit. That's how it works. Okay. don't take it to be anything serious. All things said on the Drunk Banthas channel are not to be taken serious. We are performers, we are critics, and we are performers and actors. That's how it works. That way we don't have to be responsible for anything. Man, I had a crazy week. We had the Drunkies Awards this weekend. It was amazing. Thank you to Lil Frothy. Thank you to Raven, and thank you to Marcus for being our audience members. Thank you to everybody who was watching. I really couldn't see the chat, so I really can't tell you everybody who was watching. But shout out to all the day ones. Shout out to Rachel V. Shout out to Morgan. Shout out to Othelius. Shout out to Film Age. Shout out to who else? Somebody gonna be mad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nine. And shout out to Terry who joined us. They joined us on the Nine Nerd Yards, and it was a blast, man. The Drunkies were fun. If you don't know what the Drunkies are, it's an award show where we have our own categories, the good categories, the real categories, if you will. Sorry, the group chat in the Instagram for us is going crazy right now. My phone just keeps vibrating. I have to like turn this bitch off for a second. But anyway, yeah, I was in the middle of rolling a blunt and realized my fucking hand was bleeding. So yeah, that ends the whole why I'm late story. But yeah, the Drunkies was cool, man. I don't want to spoil too much about it. Just go watch the Drunkies Awards. The uncut version is still up on the Drunk Bantha's channel, and it is going to be, I think it's on the Nine Nerd Yards channel as well, or maybe the Nerds at Night channel. Just go check all of them out, and we're gonna take them down. At least on the Drunk Bantha's channel, we're gonna take down the live one and post the edited version, which is going to be even better. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be hilarious. It's a good time. We really couldn't do any of this without y'all, so we really appreciate it, man. What was I about to talk about? Today is going to be a crazy conversation, honestly. I'm going to be talking about this docuseries that we talk about here once a week. It's called Guilty Pleasures. It's not called Guilty Pleasures, but the segment is called Guilty Pleasures. And we're going to talk about my guilty pleasures so far at this moment. It's Playboy murders. That's right. Playboy murders. They got me. It got your boy. And I don't know what it is. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like wives who kill people or something like that. Like you get caught up watching those documentaries, those true crime documentaries and shit like that. And yeah, it really does it for me. So I'm trying to pull up the episode. Well, I know the episode name. This is episode 4 of this season. Yeah, we did, for some reason they skipped a week without having talked about one of these. Talked about, haven't released an episode. I don't know why, but it works out because I forgot to even talk about it that one week that it didn't come out. So it worked out well, is what I should say. Worked out well. Yeah, but the name of this episode 4, is Run Bambi Run. Run Bambi Run. Dude. So every one of these episodes is about a Playboy bunny who, rose to a top of some type of fame or some type of success as a Playboy bunny. And then after or while they are being Playboy bunnies, they end up with something tragic happening and either commit a murder or involved in a murder being committed. Woo. This show is kind of fucking crazy, but like I said, it's not great. It's not a great show because it is my guilty pleasure. So look, check it out. This girl, her name Bambi. Oh no, her name Bambi. They called her Bambi. That was a nickname she got. And I'll explain how she got the nickname. But see, Bambi, I'm calling her that because she did not like the nickname, actually. So Lori, she was from Wisconsin. Like back in the day, like Wisconsin's kind of big now, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, and there's a lot going on in Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying? Like they got a huge scene in Wisconsin now. But back in the day, it was just like a small ass town, like quiet, super quiet town, you know? And man, I wonder if she's the producer of this show because she's always on it, doing the conversations. But anyway, this girl is big, beautiful, blonde girl. When I mean big, like she's tall as fuck. At least that's how they describe her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about these people. All right, drop something. So I'm looking at the shit and I'm just like, okay, maybe this girl is going to kill somebody, right? Well, spoiler alert, she doesn't kill anybody, but she gets framed for killing somebody. And it's crazy how it works because this lady didn't want to do nothing except be a police officer when she was growing up. And then she graduates from high school and does some shit. I'm getting blood all over my fucking clothes. This is what is crazy right now. It's making this whole fucking day real fucking difficult. I can't believe I just got blood all over my fucking pants. Well, sorry guys. The show must go on though. Yeah. Playboy murders this girl Lori. She gets framed for murder. Framed for murder. She just wanted to be a police officer. She wanted to be good police, you know, and it was a struggle back then, and they ain't had no women back then on the force. But this is a time where they're trying to push for more people to hire more women. So she ends up getting on the force after working real hard and suffering through all the hazing and the shit talking and the proving yourself constantly. Man, she finally made it. She became a police officer. But she had this friend that she met in the academy, who I don't believe came. She didn't make it through but this girl's name was Jody. And see, Jody didn't make it through the program. You know what I'm saying? She ain't had what it take to keep going through all the bullshit, dredge through the bullshit. She couldn't do it. So they just, they became best friends and they still hung out together. And, it was fun. They went to a concert together while, so Lori is about 21 years old at this time. They're both about 21 years old at this time. They go to this concert together. And I can't remember which one they said it was, but Lori ends up sparking up a doobie. She sparked up a doob up in that concert. Jody did. But then Lori was with her, and then Jody got like arrested or had some kind of citation or something for smoking marijuana. And it got back that Lori was with her and she didn't report that her friend had marijuana on her. So she lost her job. Now, I don't think that would happen these days. But they clearly didn't want her on the force. So they ended up just making some shit up, making up some rule like, oh, you fucked up because you didn't tell on your friend who, was smoking weed on your off-duty off day. I'm like, I don't understand how that even really is a law or even was really a thing, but they used it against her to get her out of there. So right away at 21 years old, this girl's dreams have been dashed. Like, she is the most depressed person in Milwaukee at this time, like late 70s. Well, I mean, maybe outside of the black people in Wisconsin, she is the most depressed person in Wisconsin at this time. So it got real murky for her in the sense that, she was just depressed and she was going to drink a lot and she still would go to a lot of the cop bars, and then she met this dude. Frank. It always works like this for this show. I don't know why. Like every single episode so far, and I've only watched episodes in this season, which is season 2. I didn't go back and watch episodes in season 1, but I was like, let me just go ahead and check out, see what's going on. And yeah, I got hooked, but it's always some white girl who is from a small town, ends up going through some tough times, becomes a Playboy bunny, and then something tragic happens. Well, for this girl specifically, she went through something tragic before she became a bunny. Not just hard times, she got kicked off the squad She got kicked off the police force when this is all she's wanted to do. Who the fuck wants to be a police officer? Like, you know what I'm saying? This girl is like almost 6 foot tall, blonde, beautiful. Like, why does she want to be a police officer of all things? But it just shows you some people have passion about different things. And so she meets this dude. She starts working at the Playboy Bunny. Well, I guess the like Playboy Bunny. See, Playboy Bunnies all started at a like bar. So you had a bar, and they were waitresses that would serve you in the little pinup doll outfits and whatnot, onesie. And they used to, you know, it was basically like going to a titty bar, but not seeing no titties. You know what I mean? Which I don't know why anybody would do that. But this is the times, you know what I'm saying? This was the times. So they got the magazine, they got the bar, it's like pop in. She's making money. She was like bragging about how much money she was making, like $100 on a tip for like giving a dude a coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we talking about early 1980s, late 70s, like to just be getting $100 for a fucking coffee. Man, that shit is crazy. So, you know, she was living that life. Her and Jody going out, hanging out. And then she met Frank. And I messed up the order, but then she met this Frank guy. And Frank, man, I don't know if I liked Frank from the beginning. I didn't like Frank from the beginning. I was like, man, why is it that some dude always has to come into their life and then they like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna change this and change that. I don't know. It's weird, but you know, I guess it happened because these are real stories. These ain't like, it's not like somebody's making this up. It's not like some white writer is in there making these stories of like this shit is happening, right? So anyway, when she ends up losing her job, she gets bad off on more money problems, and her and Frank end up getting married. And Frank had just divorced his wife when they met, and the divorce papers finalized when they ended up getting married. They ended up getting married 3 months after the divorce was finalized. So we got this like quick shotgun marriage or whatever they call it. Like, it's happening quick. Everything's just fast. And they broke as fuck. They end up having a roommate with Jody. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is in Wisconsin. So I don't know what apartments look like in Wisconsin, but I can't imagine there's a lot of room or you do even want to be living with anybody who, like if you're married, you don't want to be living with nobody else. And if you're not married, you don't want to be living with nobody who's married. So it's kind of a bad situation for everybody, right? But Frank's wife ended up getting the house in the divorce, which apparently Frank built by hand. He built it himself. He built this motherfucking house. So he big mad, okay? He's fucking pissed. He's like, man, fuck this bitch. You know? But one night, this lady ends up dead. I can't remember her name. I feel bad that I can't remember her name. But I remember thinking while watching this, I ain't gonna remember her name. I remember saying it to myself like, I ain't gonna remember this lady's name. There's already a lot of names. I ain't writing this down. It don't really matter. None of this matters. But she was killed in her house with no signs of anyone breaking in, and she was tied up in the bed, which in my opinion insinuates that somebody bigger than her, somebody stronger than her came in and tied her up. But I guess, you know, she could have been at gunpoint because it was a gunshot wound that she, you know, was killed by. So could have been she could have been at gunpoint, which makes it a lot easier to make people do what you want them to do when they're at gunpoint. So, but yeah, man, they ended up seeing somebody leaving. Like somebody went into what do they call it? into the bushes after they came up out of the house and ran away. And they said it was a person in a green tracksuit wearing like with long hair. So they assumed it might be a wig from the way that it looked. And I'm like, so, that sounds fishy. Then they go on to say that the police find out, when they get the call, they go, damn, that's, oh, I ain't mentioned Frank is also a police officer. I ain't mentioned that. Frank is a police officer. She marries a police officer after she can't be a police officer. Maybe that's because she wanted to live vicariously through him. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But yeah, Frank is at work apparently with his partner apparently, and they call him into the to come to his house because they realized that was his house, and he and his partner take this off-duty gun. They realize like, hey, I've got an off-duty gun. I need to take it back because they're clearly going to insinuate that this was a murder by me if I have this off-duty gun. So let me take it back by the house, and we just got to prove that it wasn't shot. And so yeah, these guys just basically tell them, oh yeah, that gun wasn't shot. Don't worry about it. Later comes back in forensics that the bullet that was in old lady came from that gun. So we got ourselves a whodunit at this point. Well, they immediately blame Lori, not Frank. Lori, they blame the lady. They blame Bambi. Now, the reason she got the name Bambi is because when she was in the police academy, they said she was like such a good runner and she had long legs. They used to call her Bambi because she was so fast and she looked like she was galloping as she would run down they asses. She was fucking their ass up in the police academy. So at least they insinuate that she was getting it in on their ass. But anyway, now I don't think that this girl did it, but a lot of people didn't think that she did it. But a lot of people in the press, were pressured to say stuff because of the police. It's always come down to the police. Now, see, I don't understand how somebody so want to be something so bad, but they don't want you to be a part of it. Like, she wanted to be a police officer so bad, but they ain't want her to be the police. You know what I mean? And then she even found out that the police were doing some crazy, nefarious shit. Well, not crazy, nefarious shit, but they were going out into the woods with a bunch of strangers every week or so or something like that and getting butt naked and running around in the fucking running around in the woods, jumping on picnic tables and shit, butt naked. Dudes and women, like, I saw a couple of women, but it was some shit, and she was like, how'd I get fired for my friend smoking weed and y'all out here actually committing lewd acts? So somehow she ended up with Polaroids of the situation and she started a civil lawsuit. So I think that had a lot to do with why they wanted to go after her, because she had a civil lawsuit pending against her. And they take this girl to trial, and her friend Jody testifies against her and says she's the one who took the gun. You know what I'm saying? And turns out that when they arrested this girl, Lori, it was only 3 weeks after the murder had happened. So like, that's pretty fast turnaround for you to just decide that this person did the murder. You haven't even questioned anybody yet. So it was pretty much, it looked like a setup. She had gotten set up. I felt like these are pretty obvious things. Like, you want to first blame the husband, right? You want to look at the husband first. You want to ask him some questions. They didn't even really ask Frank no questions. I hope his name is Frank. I might be fucking his name up, but fuck him. He's a fucking asshole. Because I think he really killed that lady. And she wasn't even doing nothing to him. She divorced him because he had several other families around around town. Like this nigga was knocking boots all over the place. And I don't even think really he married Lori to do anything except frame her for the murder of his ex-wife, because it really didn't make much sense for them to get married as quickly as they did. And I don't know, he obviously he wasn't built to be by himself. How about that? He was out here fucking mad bitches and having families other places. Like, why would you trust this dude? I don't know. Maybe people deserve a second chance, third chance, fourth chance. But I feel like there were signs leading you to this. And yeah, Jody, she must have just been jealous. I mean, or Jody and Frank were fucking because they all live in the same house. Maybe Jody and Frank was fucking, and then they ended up planning a whole thing to sabotage this girl's whole life, and then they go live happily ever after. I don't know, man, but all I know is this girl, they found her guilty. She was found guilty, even though there's no evidence to show that she did anything. They found the wig in question, stuffed down a toilet. Now I don't think that she would have did that. I just don't think that she would have did that. Who tries to stuff a wig down the toilet? That just is dumb. So I don't know. It seems like the wig was put there so that she would get caught, right? Like, so we have that actually was explained terribly by them, the wig situation, because they said that a plumber came through to fix the toilet and he snaked the toilet and they found a wig in the toilet. But that doesn't tell us why the police ended up knowing about the wig, right? Like, were the police just there when she was getting repairs done on her toilet? That part didn't really make any sense. But other than that, it was pretty fucking open and shut case for me. Open and shut case that she didn't do it. But they took her to trial and founded her. They took her to trial and found her guilty. They got their 12 white folks and took that shit to trial. But she appealed and she appealed and she appealed and she appealed. It wasn't really going nowhere, man. She was basically like being forgotten. She was up in that bitch, man. And it's good publicity for the police. They locked up this white girl who was beautiful, who was a model. She was a Playboy bunny, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna lock her up and it's gonna be national news. But this young lady, she is a trooper, okay? She fights through it, okay? She said, hey, well, one of her, she said, hey, I'm going to find me a boo thing up in here while I'm in prison. And one of her cellmates was like, or her cellmate was getting visits from her brother. And Lori was like, hey, who's that dude? He kind of cute. And she was like, oh, that's my brother. He just got divorced. You want to talk to him? And she was like, yeah, cool. Let's do it. So she starts having a relationship with this girl's brother in prison. And she devises a plan to break out of prison and go to Canada and hide out with her boyfriend, her new boyfriend. So it was kind of crazy how they did this shit. Okay. Now, mind you, this is back in the day when shit wasn't like it is security wise and whatnot. But she noticed that there was a window that was open. And she was like, oh, that window is always open. And she just looked out of it like, I could just run out that window and run down the field. As long as there's like a car right there, like get the fuck up out of here and we're good. So that's what she does. She don't have to Andy Dufresne her way out. She just literally climbed out a window, ran across the grass when it was late enough, and she jumps the barbed wire fence. And the dude, oh girl's brother, I can't remember his name. We're gonna call him David. David, he is outside waiting in the car with just married and cans hanging out on the back of the car. A just married sign and cans hanging down on the back of the car and shit. And so when they drove into Canada, they just were like pretending to be just married. And that's how they were able to get over the border without any problems. Man, I tell you something. This bitch ran. I don't know if I could ever run. If I was in prison, I don't know if I'd run, because if you get caught, you're going to prison for even longer, right? But she was facing 25 to life, so I guess it don't matter. Yeah, you know what? If I'm facing 25 to life, that window open, I'm getting the fuck out of here. If I get 48 hours of freedom, it'd be better than the 25 years that I'm gonna have to spend here. So I can see that now. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, fuck that. We leaving. But yeah, she goes to Canada. They're putting out this nationwide search for her. Nobody knows where she is. She goes to get a job. I can't remember where in Canada they were, but she got a job as a waitress, and somebody from Oregon was visiting, and they saw her and they recognized her and they called the police. But she couldn't get for some reason Canada wasn't like extraditing her, and they were like keeping her there, allowing her to stay there, but like she was basically still on the run. And this has been like, man, I want to say it was like 5-6 years or maybe 10 years have passed since you had been in prison. Like she just left. And she was basically living that life for a good while, being free, and then boom, the shit comes back up into her life. But the time passing has softened the hearts of people on women issues and made people realize how much women have gotten treated badly and had things. I mean, they basically niggas. Women are basically niggas. Like white women are light skinned niggas, and black women are just like dark skinned niggas. And because women suffer atrocities for like all the time from the beginning of time. And it's crazy. It's like never been easy for a woman on earth. Like we, at least as black people, we had some like spurts of domination throughout this planet. But women have not had shit. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, man, this girl comes back and people are like really feeling it. They're like, nah, man, fuck that shit. Feminism has really taken off. You know what I'm saying? So people are like, yo, fuck that. Y'all put that bitch in jail for no reason. She shouldn't even be in jail. She shouldn't even be in prison. She should fucking be here with us. Y'all give her a day in court. But the reality is she did just escape from prison. That is a fucking crime. You can't just hit it out here like the fugitive, like Harrison Ford. You can't do that. So they end up working out a deal where she would come back, but she would have to be exonerated from her previous charges, but be charged for escaping prison, but not have to do any time, which I feel like is bullshit anyway. Like you should be able to not have to do any time and not have to pay any fines, period. That should be it in the story. I didn't do this shit. And the even sadder part is this lady who passed away, who was murdered, that lady don't get no justice. Whoever her murderer is most likely still out there on the streets, right? Like they never even catch the person who actually did it. It's a sad, sad story, man. But they had that go Barbie, go Bambi, go, or run Bambi, run. That's what they had. They had signs that said "Run Bambi, run." Boy, they was like, go on ahead here, Bambi. You got it, Bambi. I wonder how she felt about that because she didn't like the nickname Bambi. So I wonder how she felt about that. But this lady was pretty famous at the time in the early 80s. I mean, late 80s. All this stuff starts happening to her. She's on the Oprah show. She's on the Today Show. She's on all the talk shows. She's doing events and stuff like that. But she just felt important, and it kind of all got to her head. And when all of that kind of went away, she didn't know what to do with her life. You got to remember, she spent 9-10 years in prison from the age of 21, 23 years old, maybe, like till her early 30s. Then, goes on the run. And so then she's on the run for like 5 years. She's a waitress. Like, she hasn't had any experience in anything. And I think she just went to kind of reverting to things that she knows. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she never got over the whole situation. Like, she never got over it and ended up dying from like stress, basically, in like the 50s, or in her 50s. So it was a crazy, tragic story. First one that I've seen that a Playboy bunny got implicated in a crime. Like, she didn't even do it. Man, it was wild. Yeah, Film Age says that's wild. Yeah, man, that shit was wild. It had me like, what the fuck is going on? But you know what? It's my guilty pleasure. That's just real shit. It's my guilty pleasure. I'm gonna roll this blunt. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna do it. It's not good radio, but this ain't the radio. This is YouTube's. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, it's plug time. Oh shit! Anybody else getting this? It's an Amber Alert. Jesus, that's the second Amber Alert I've gotten in 2 hours. I wonder if it's like the same child that's missing, or is it like another child that's missing? Because let me ask y'all, do y'all like the Amber Alert? Do y'all think Amber Alert helps like find kids that get kidnapped? And like 9 times out of 10 is always like one of the parents that kidnapped them. I guess that's just the statistics of kidnapping in general. It's always somebody that you know, right? Dude, it's hard to roll a blunt when your hand is bleeding. It's wild. I don't even know why it's still bleeding. Yo, I really had a lot of fun at the motherfucking Drunkies, man. The Drunkies was fun. The Drunkies was more fun than the Super Bowl. It was crazy. Super Bowl was yeah until like the end. Like we didn't see no touchdowns in the second half until 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something like that. Like, then we see 2 touchdowns in that span. It was a good game, but it was just boring. It was just boring for the most part. But most Super Bowls they just aren't boring. They haven't been boring for me for quite a while because I've been a Patriots fan my whole life. And yeah, last 20 years, 21 years was pretty damn good, baby. Pretty darn good. But I don't you know, we on bad times right now. We on hard times right now. But everything don't last forever. But we'll be back. But man, if you're a 49ers fan, you must be sick. Must be sick. We got some people watching. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, please like, subscribe. Oh man, this moment was crazy. That's right. Subscribe to the Drunk Banthas, y'all. That shit's hilarious. That shit is hilarious. Shout out to 9. That is fucking great. Subscribe to the Drunk Banthas, bitch. I'll fucking grab your fat ass and throw your ass on the ground. You better fucking subscribe. I was just about to say subscribe, y'all. There's some people watching. Y'all please like and subscribe, or I'll come to your house like Travis Kelce and scream in your face. Man, them dudes got lucky. I think that's probably the worst performance from a team, like having you know what? This Super Bowl for Patrick Mahomes and them was like Eli Manning's first Super Bowl. It's like the team's not really that good. Hadn't been really good all season. Get into the wild card game, beat everybody to sleep, and get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. It was a crazy year this year in sports, but y'all ain't here for the sports. Y'all here for the laughs and the love and the information and conversation. You know what I mean? So I really don't have much to say other than to talk about the shit that we already did. Like Blank Man episode is out on Does It Hold Up? I didn't remember having as much fun as we did, but I just don't. That's not because I didn't think that we had fun. It's because, oh man, out of focus. It wasn't because I didn't think we had fun. It was just because I don't be remembering nothing that happens on the show. Be honest with you. We pre-record all those episodes. So sometimes we might do 3 episodes in 1 week. So I don't be remembering who even was on the episode with us. But this one was with Blake. And it was dope. Had a lot of fun. Second black superhero movie that's ever made. The first one was Meteor Man. Now, doesn't mean it's good, but it did come before Black Bantha. The Black Bantha. Fucking Forrest Whitaker, man. Fucking Forrest Whitaker. He got that crazy lazy eye. You know what I'm saying? He got that eye that do that thing like this. And he said, I just want to know. I just want you to tell me. Just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Now you got that guy trying to do an African accent. I don't know why they did that, but you know what? Didn't he play? See, why was his accent so bad in Black Panther when he played the old dude in King of Scotland? Can't remember that dude's name. He was the genocide dude. Was that in Zimbabwe? Where was that at? Can't remember where that was at. If you remember where King of Scotland was at, let me know in the comments, because King of Scotland was a good movie, but he had a good African accent in that, or dialect. Like his accent sounded genuine from where he was supposed to be from. I can't remember where he was supposed to be from. But Idi Amin, that's who he played in King of Scotland with young, what was his name? Young Professor X. Y'all know Young Professor X. I can't remember the dude's actual name, but yeah. That was a good movie. But if he could do that accent then, why he ain't do it in Black Panther? He just said, well, Wakanda is a fake place. I'm going to make an accent up. I'm going to make an accent up and do that. I mean, more power to him, man. Give these people their flowers while they here, y'all. Wait, hold on. What Phil Mage say? Yeah, he did not. He didn't fuck around in The Last King of Scotland. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy, man. Idi Amin was like the devil on earth. Like, at least from the way they depicted him in the movie. And I'm assuming all that shit is true. Nobody got a reason to lie about that, I guess. But yeah, man, that was a disgustingly bad person. And Forrest Whitaker killed that shit. Why am I talking about Forrest Whitaker? I don't even remember why. But I do have a friend who was roommates with his daughter in college. So that was cool. That's cool. Maybe I'll get a chance to meet Forrest Whitaker. I do a good, pretty decent Forrest Whitaker impersonation. So I'm hoping to be able to do it for him one day and he not get mad. Hopefully he don't get mad. I met some famous people who don't like to be, they don't like to be made fun of, and some of them don't like to be, social. So like Lakeith Stanfield, man. Almost got into a fight with Lakeith Stanfield. It's not as dramatic as it sounds, but it's a fact, man. I almost got into a fight with Lakeith Stanfield because we were in the club and he was walking around the club with his camera on. He had his camera around his neck. He was just taking pictures, which I have no problem with, by the way. Like, I don't care it's people doing way worse things in the club than taking pictures. So I don't be giving a shit. Do what you do. But I bumped into him because it was just like, it was a night where we're in famous people heaven. You know what I'm saying? Not really, but like, there's an abundance of famous people at this place. So I'm like, just looking around, scoping the scene. And I accidentally bumped into this dude. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, turn around and say, my bad. Cause I was like, oh, my bad. Like, boom, I bumped you. Even though it wasn't my fault that we bumped into each other. It was his fault that we bumped into each other. Cause this nigga's looking for shit to take pictures of. And I'm looking at people. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the people. Like, as I walk by, like a normal human being, he's looking around. Like, he's trying to find a good shot. And I'm like, fuck, damn, I bumped into him. Oh, shit. I was like, oh. Like I said my bad. And then I was like, oh, what's up? Because I recognized him. I'm like, oh, shit, it's Lakeith Stanfield. I was like, oh, what's up? And I'm always shocked about how tall people are, famous people are. Like, me and him, though, are about the same height. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. This dude is my height, maybe. I was like, this is Lakeith Stanfield. I love this dude. Like, all this is passing through my mind as I see him. You know what I mean? I see him like, oh shit, what's up? I was like, what did I say? I said, what's good? He goes, what's good? Like angry, like he stepped to me, like, what's good? And I was just like, what the fuck? So I stood my ground. I was like, what the fuck is good then? Nigga, like what? Like, run it, nigga. Fuck's up. He just ran off. Walked off. I don't want to make it seem like he took off running like he like that scene, that last episode of Atlanta. Well, the last season, last episode where he just punches old dude trying to give him the puffer fish. It wasn't like that. He didn't run off like that, but he did kind of like scoot on off, which I felt bad about. Like, I was really trying to piece him up, you know what I'm saying? Show him some love and just be like, yo, dog, what's going on? Let's hang out. Let's kick it. Let's do something. Let's go get some bitches or something. I don't know. But anyway, I didn't hit him. I just almost got into a fight with him. It was a moment. I think he was trying to, like, because this is before the Judas movie. Right around the time they would have been preparing for that movie. And I think he was really just getting into character for that movie. because he was like taking pictures and walking around all creepy. I mean, that's the excuse I'm giving him, because otherwise he was just being weird that night. He was being super weird. There was no reason for him to bump into me. I almost checked for my wallet when he bumped into me. I ain't gonna lie, I checked for my wallet when he bumped into me. It was one of them bumps you think, oh shit, he just Ethan Hawke my ass. Is that what he just did? He just Ethan Hawke me. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Ethan Hawke on Mission Impossible. He'll bump into you and take you. He just had your shit. You be like, God damn, how you do that? Because Ethan Hawke, they never say what Ethan Hawke used to do before he was a part of the Mission Impossible crew. I think he was a magician. That's what I think he was. He was a magician, right? Y'all don't agree? Let me know. I think he was a magician because he always is doing little tricks, like magic tricks, pickpocketing people, making something disappear, making something look like it's two of something. I don't know. That's just my little theory, man. That's just like my little theory. Let's see here. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, we're gonna keep it pushing. We'll keep it pushing. Our number one almost up. Let's see. We got 3 minutes for me to figure this out. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for everybody who's watching, man. The channel has been moving up exponentially. We have been such a small YouTube channel for so long, and it's because of y'all that we are at where we're at right now, and we're still growing, man. So please, like, if you've popped in here today from Nerds at Night or from Twitter, or if you're on Drunk Bantha's channel right now, just go on, subscribe, and hit the bell, man, and leave us some comments. Talk to us in the chat. We love when y'all do that. Sarah said Ethan Hunt, ? And he said, did I do, Film Age asks, did you do that intro song? Yes, I did do that intro song. The intro song is actually a song called I Can Escape. You can find it on Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you're listening to MP3 musics. If you send me $50, I'll give you a CD. Who got CDs anymore? That's why it's gonna be $50. Yeah, but I wrote that song. That's me singing. That's me playing the music. I did everything on that song. But it's the complete song on HBO. It's the complete song on the Spotify's and the Apple Music's, which is featuring my brother Alex, who is on the last verse, and my homie Drizzy Dro, who is on the first verse. Yeah, it's a good song. We're only trying to every song that you hear us use on Drunk Banthas is our original song, even including on the reviews, the drunk reviews and the drunk analysis videos. Every video we have when we use music, it's our music. Except for when Alex does those little dun 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 dun, those little intros, dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so if you see me moving around a whole bunch, that's because my back is killing me. And also it's because I have a bad shoulder injury. These are my band-aids for when my finger stops bleeding like crazy because it's still like pouring blood. I can't put a band-aid on for it. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good now. But yeah, man, hurt my shoulder, pectoral muscle, labrum thing. So I'm down for the count right now. I keep having to move around so I don't. so I don't further injure myself or get into any more pain. Like sitting still for too long hurts. Not sitting still hurts. It all hurts. Yeah, Sarah. Ethan Hunt is not is that not his name? Is Ethan Hunt? Mission Impossible. Ethan Hunt. What was I about to say? I was about to say something, man. Well, it's interesting. There's been too much from me, but I have something I'd like to run by y'all. Are we still? I can't believe to this day we're still having the debate: Beyonce or Taylor Swift. Beyonce or Taylor Swift. That's still a conversation. Like, I remember the conversation got started by this one guy. Y'all probably know him, probably heard of him. His name is Kanye. His name is Kanye. And years ago, some of y'all are old enough to remember, he snatched the microphone away from one Taylor Swift, this young upcoming artist who no one would ever hear of again. Man, it was embarrassing. He was saying that Beyonce should have won Best Album, should have won Album of the Year. She had the best music video and all this stuff. But fast forward to now, and we're still having the same conversations about both women. And not to mention, I don't know if y'all heard, well, not to mention, we definitely don't mention it. I don't know if y'all heard about Kanye West. There's a rumor that Kanye West was at the Super Bowl. He bought a ticket to be in Taylor Swift's suite, and Taylor Swift had him kicked out of the Super Bowl. That's what I heard. Now, that sounds like bullshit to me. But what does it sound like to y'all? Because I found that to be quite interesting. Like, I hope it's true, just because of the karma factor. But like, I don't think it's true, just because I feel like Kanye would be talking about it nonstop. He would be complaining about it. He would be just up in an uproar. Like, we would have heard him post about it on Instagram like 16 times on his stories and all that shit. He'd be tweeting about it or Xing about it, whatever you're talking about. Like, so I don't think it happened, but let's just say it happened. Man, look how God worked, right? Like, look at all that. Look at the way karma is, man. So if she actually finally got a chance to stick it in the eye of Kanye West, I think she would do it. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Taylor Swift is petty like that, and she would just be like, "Nah, Kanye can't come up in here. Fuck wrong with y'all?" And be like, "He paid money," and she's like, "Fuck that nigga. Fuck him." Also, do you think Taylor Swift says nigga? Put it in the comments. You don't have to say nigga to answer.
Yeah, nigga.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber from 9 Nerd Yards.
Oh, I like that demeanor. Your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. That's what's up.
Yeah, I literally just came up with it right then, like right off the top of my head.
That reminds me of some Jay-Z shit. Like, I'm your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Favorite rapper, exactly.
I'm not your number one, but I'm, your number one's number one.
My favorite disc jockey in Birmingham, Alabama. His name is Young Deal. Go check out Young Deal. But he's like, he says, it's your country cousin, Young Deal. I'm like, oh, it's your country cousin, Young Deal. That's crazy. I like that.
Let's go. That's what's up. Yeah, I haven't watched the Playboy Murders. Murders. No. But yeah, it sounds kind of interesting from what you say. Is it like a different case every time, or like a different first? the subject. It's
Yep.
interesting.
Every episode, I think it's on like 40 minutes.
Nice, nice.
Like it looks like it was supposed to be on CNN or some shit, and you know what I mean, like one of those little docu series. But I'm pretty sure it's just on HBO. But I could be very wrong about that. It's just the only place I watch it is HBO.
Right.
Filmage says she won a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, she is very powerful. She is a very powerful lady.
I mean,
trying to find it with all of the psyop stuff that's been around. Did you see Joe Biden's Twitter after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl? Let's see here.
No, I did not.
Because people have been saying that, it's all psyop, and then when the Chiefs win, Travis Kelce was going to, bring her down to the middle of the field and propose to her, and then they're going to look into the camera and endorse Joe Biden.
Yeah, there was actually a bet on that in Vegas that, will the over under on will they or won't they? Like, will they get married? Won't they get married? Or will they get engaged or won't they get engaged on the field?
Yeah.
But they did have like a kiss on the field, so which no one has seen them actually kiss in public before. So here we go. I don't even know why Taylor Swift is trying to act like she's so private about her boyfriends. Like, she's dated like 42 men that we know of in Hollywood. Like, like when does it now all of a sudden a secret? I think that's what's making most people feel like it's like some kind of conspiracy or whatever. Like why all of a sudden are you being cagey? Just like we drew it up.
He went
Good God.
Dark Brandon is I was like, damn.
Oh man.
That is pretty hilarious.
That's trolling right there.
That's a good troll right there for sure.
Now, see, this is one thing about Biden. He don't get enough credit for his troll because he be trolling them dudes. Because he trolled them at the press White House dinner or whatever it is. I can't remember what they call it, but
the correspondence dinner.
Yeah, the correspondence dinner, which we didn't get an invite, so fuck them.
Yeah,
but they was like. There was a lot of jokes that he had that were about being Brandon. He did a lot of Brandon jokes. God damn it. Hate when this happens.
Bleeding all over the place.
Bleeding, trying to make sure I don't bleed on nothing. And then the screensaver locked for some reason. Yeah, she won a Super Bowl. She ain't win shit. She's a tag along. She didn't even know she thought the Kansas City Chiefs was a Indian tribe before July at least. And I don't know, put it in the comments. Is it creepy to like go to a girl's concert and make her a friendship bracelet and send it to her in the back? And then end up dating her. I guess it's not creepy if you end up dating her, but I felt like it's creepy. That's apparently what happened. He like kept going to her shows. He's like a big fan, so he like kept trying to get backstage. He got backstage and gave her a bracelet that he made for her. Yeah. I was like, man, people right now are probably going, oh, yeah. I'm going. Boo! Get that shit out of here. First of all, that sounds fake as fuck. Like, this nigga is a motherfucking football player. Like, when I say a football player, I mean he's a football player.
Yeah, so yelling at the coach and shit.
Yeah, like, wait a minute. You telling me, like, Travis Kelce is a couple of years younger than me? Like, he ain't supposed to be out there playing football. Oh, he's at the age where he could retire and it would make sense. He was out there for 3 years before Mahomes even got drafted.
That's
So
pretty crazy.
he's a vet, you know. His brother is retiring this year as that's the rumor because we haven't actually heard it said from his voice, but
Okay, just through the grapevine.
through the grapevine. So I'm hoping that what I'm hoping is that we get some more from Taylor Swift's camp, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Is Taylor Swift still planning to drop that tweet about who to vote for?
Mm-hmm.
Does she now have a gay girlfriend on the side?
Yeah.
Or is she already married? Is she already married to a gay lady who she plans on doing a blood sacrifice for so that she can move on and become the multi-mega rich mogul that she wants to be with her newfound boo, Travis Kelce?
I think the next person that she's going to date is actually. I think the next person she's going to date is actually going to be, wait for it, Elon Musk.
Oh,
and then she will
shit.
take full control of not just the country, but the world.
Man, that is a good one. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good one. Because how old is Elon? I don't know. But like usually when women who are younger, when they break up with like the guy who's around the same age as them, they go to somebody older, right? Like they go to like an older dude. I think Elon's older than Taylor Swift, but
yeah, definitely.
But man, that would be a crazy power move, you know. Or what if she starts like
she's 34.
She's 34.
Elon is, I feel like he's 50 something. 52.
Yeah. It's not crazy, but you know, it could happen. It could happen.
It's crazy she became a billionaire last year.
Yeah, I need to see is that bill? I know I understand how it works. Don't nobody hit me in the comments. Like, don't kill me. I know how it works. But I don't think that bitch has got $1 billion in no bank. I don't think she got half of $1 billion in the bank. I'm talking about cash.
Assets. I bet she has more money than it, like cash on hand, liquid money, than like Donald Trump does.
Well, yeah, goddamn, yeah.
Well, like, you know, he's a billion.
He's not worth $1 billion. That's what he's just got held. He's actually the only guilty conviction that he has so far in all these court cases is the fraud one, where he's overestimated his worth, which is illegal, people, when you're doing it, when you file your taxes. Just so you know, people out there, you can tell everybody you're worth whatever, but when you file them taxes, you better be right on time for Mr. Old Uncle Sam.
I didn't realize we had a new number $1 million person, richest person.
Who is he?
Is Bernard Arnault and family. So.
Oh, and family?
Yeah, well, I guess that's what they're saying. I guess it's just assets because he oversees LVMH. So, you know, Louis Vuitton, Sephora.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton, all that. My homie met him. My homies met him, actually.
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos.
They ate dinner with that motherfucker.
Hey, listen, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Michael Bloomberg.
So yeah, man, my big thing this year for y'all who are watching is I want to get the Drunk Banthas on some kind of podcast award. We need a podcast award, like best podcast, best movie review podcast, best movie review, or no, best movie critic podcast. Something like that. There's something out there, man. I know it is. They got all kind of obscure ones. We got to get it together. We got to get us an award this year.
That will be nice.
I want an Emmy. I want to get an Emmy.
Yeah. What's it called? The streamies.
The streamies?
Yeah, the streamies. The streaming awards.
Hey, how do we get on the streamies? We'll see, I ain't doing none of that to get on the streamies. If we gotta do all that, I'm not getting on there.
See here the award categories. Awards, Creator of the Year, Show of the Year, Streamer of the Year, International, Short Form, Breakout Creator, Breakout Streamer, Collaboration, Creator Product, Creator for Social Good.
These are terrible categories.
Just Chatting. I guess we'll be in the Just Chatting. Like this would be in the Just Chatting.
Yeah. Well, then in that case, that is a good category. What's that one?
This is Variety Streamer.
Well, we probably fit into that too.
Yeah.
Show awards.
Podcast.
Oh, podcast. That's where we at, baby.
Unscripted series.
Unscripted series with that. Hold on. An episodic series or show featuring vlogging, nonfiction, or reality programming. I think that might be doesn't hold up. I think it might qualify.
Good, yeah, good, definitely. And then probably commentary. Learning and education, because we do it for we teaching motherfuckers out here, bro.
Yeah, news.
Draft awards, editing for a channel creator series.
Oh yeah, y'all couldn't one of them.
I could probably do a writing one
too. Yeah, writing too. Well, we got to apply for these awards because I think we deserve an award, y'all. And I know y'all think we deserve an award too. Like, I think I deserve an award for being able to talk for an hour by myself. It's some work. It's some work, boy. But I promise I'm gonna get better every week. Every week. I'll be right here. And I swear to God, it's it's like talking to nothing. I don't know if any of this is landing. I don't know if any of it is popping, but usually you got Morgan and Rachel V just nailing us with comments, so I can kind of get a grasp of how it's landing. But I'm glad y'all are having fun. Clearly, you're having fun if you're still here, right? So we really appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Nan, how did you feel about the Drunkies, man? You were a guest at the Drunkies.
It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun, actually. I can't wait to do it in person one of these days. We'll be getting something together for everybody and making sure that, I feel like, the energy is going to be a lot different, a lot funner when we're all like in the same room together. We got all the different setups going. It's just going to be really interesting. And yeah, hopefully, big picture one day that we'll have the opportunity to have it at a venue one day.
Yeah, venue would be dope.
Have everybody come out.
A venue would be gnarly. Yeah, I was thinking about it off pod yesterday. We was talking about it, and I mentioned I want to have a band that can play. Just like we have musical guests at the Oscars, we should have a musical guest at the Drunkies. I know musicians. I know guys who would do it for nothing. For me, for nothing. You call them, they're gonna want money. Okay, people, pay them. But next year we're gonna be at 700,000 subscribers, right, y'all? Because y'all gonna share it and y'all gonna like and you're gonna share. Shout out to the people who've been sharing, by the way, because we've had a lot of shares. It doesn't tell us who shares what, or when it's shared. So I never realized that. But man, we're talking about 50 shares last week. Y'all are really fucking helping us out a lot with that shit, bro. For real. But yeah, this stream is every Tuesday at 8:00 p.m. Pacific time. Just so y'all remember. It used to be members only. It's going back to members only in about 2 to 3 weeks. So if you want to keep watching this show, you can subscribe or join the members only for 99 cents a month. 99 cents a month. It's nothing. It costs you nothing. It costs me everything to sit right here and talk to you. Or you can catch up with us for free. If you don't feel like doing all of that, you can catch up with us for free every Monday at 8 o'clock Pacific time. I ain't got time to do the conversions for you wherever you are. But you all know how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? 3 back or 3 forward. I don't know. But yeah, no, 3 hours ahead if you're in the East Coast. So anyway, yeah. Y'all keep fucking with us, man, because I'm telling you, we are going to do big things, and we're going to do big things for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of plans. Like Nine said, I want to do a venue for the drunkies. I want to do a live show for the subscribers. Like, we just got to get it big enough, y'all, for it to make sense. And, so it's up to y'all. Y'all gotta just share the shit out of this. And we appreciate you. You just keep being vigilant with us. Keep being consistent with us. And because we gonna keep being consistent for y'all, man. We sacrifice a lot of shit trying to do this every week consistently, Like, I don't be like going nowhere. I don't be doing nothing. Like, and that's crazy for me. I'm a very social nerd. Like, I'm a nerd to go out, hang out with people and drink.
I've just been too broke lately. I mean, I still go out, but I haven't been running around. Have you heard any of this new Kanye West album?
Nope.
It's absolutely insane.
We can't play it here. It's number 1 on the charts right now.
Yeah, and it's.
Do you like it?
I love the production. Like, the songs sound really good, but some of the lyrics are just fucking crazy.
Is he talking about Ooish people? Is he talking about Ooish people?
Yeah, he's talking about like saying, "I'm straight up, I'm an anti-Semite." And yes, Phil Mage, a new album, collaboration album with Ty Dolla $ign. It's called Vultures 1.
Ty Dolla $ign is putting his name on that with him.
And I feel like Ty Dolla $ign is probably like some of the best parts of it.
But why would you put your name on that with him? Like, to your point, like about the anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, yo, put that under a ghost name for me. Like,
yeah,
I'm a ghost rap. Like, that was Torrance Money. That's his name. Torrance Money. That's his name. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I'm just trying to put this Band-Aid on.
Yeah, right here. Like, this is the outro to the album. So, which is kind of crazy for it to be like the, this is your closing statements, right? And this motherfucker says, "Crazy bipolar anti-Semite, and I'm still the king, still. They thought headlines was my kryptonite, still the king."
Well, I can see how that is him saying that's what y'all call me, so that's what he's saying.
Yeah, but at the same time,
well, I mean, double entendre. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even if he's just saying like, "Yo, I'm crazy bipolar anti-Semite," yo, that's what y'all call me. That's some nuts shit to say it to actually say it. But you know what? Fact of the matter is, that's what hip hop has always been, and saying crazy shit.
That's true.
Motherfuckers will just say the wildest shit sometimes.
I actually just like confirmed, like, on Twitter I said I like the album. I like the album just because it was a really fun listen, front to back. Liked listening to it, but it like there was just lines in it where I was just like, what the fuck is it going on here?
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. I'll have to check this out. I wish we could play this, but
like react to it or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we could. It just would. Man, getting that kind of shit cleared is a bitch.
And then with Ozzy Osbourne, because he uses a bunch of samples. Kanye is the sample king. Everyone knows this. But a lot of people weren't approving that shit because he's independent now. He's an independent dude. So
right.
Uses some music from Ozzy Osbourne. He says Kanye West asked permission to sample a section of a 1983 live performance of War Pig from the U.S. festival without vocals and was refused permission because he is an anti-Semite and has caused untold heartache to many. He went ahead and used the sample anyway at his album listening party last night. I want no association with this man. Oof. And then it says here that Donna Summers Estate says Kanye West used her song I Feel Love for his new album after being denied permission. He was denied, he changed the words and had someone re-sing it or used AI. So like he's stepping on that's like another thing though. Like if you're also going to be like going after the press or the critics, that's one thing, and but the way that he's going after a lot of like just people, his peers in the industry, or like kind of disrespecting them, I don't know how that's going to play out for him.
Well, they aren't technically, they're his elders. They're not necessarily his peers. His peers, well, I don't know if it is worse because they're not even in it. You know what I'm saying? People have to go look up, like most of the youth, they got to go look up who Donna Summer is, right? Like they don't know who Donna Summer is. A lot of people who don't know who Ozzy Osbourne is, right? But not until they learn that the sample came from that, right? And then that's the beautiful thing about hip hop.
Yeah.
The samples help people learn about that brand of music, and then you're able to go listen to other stuff. Like a lot of samples in the early 90s were early 90s all the way till the early 2000s, really. You got samples from like a lot of jazz stuff, and people really could get back into jazz again. It was a resurgence of jazz music because people were able to go, oh, what's that sample? And then you find out what it is, and you're like, damn, I'll go get that record. You go get that record, and now some other jazz musician is eating. Everybody eats. So I never got the whole idea about, behind like never letting somebody use your shit. But I see in this situation, why people may not want him to do it. But it's just, but look at it though. He did it anyway. So would you have rather? I mean, they're still going to get paid though. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing that they're not mentioning. I don't see any of these tweets where they say, I will not be accepting this man's money when the money comes, because they get paid from that.
Right. This is just a really weird. So he says this at Game of Thrones, easy, not the clones. Elon, where my rocket ship? It's time to go home. Like you are.
He's an alien. He's an alien.
Like that. It's just a line. Like I can't do the delivery or whatever, and obviously you can't hear the beat and everything. But it is just so like.
No, you did it justice.
Just out of nowhere. It's just so funny. Then he says, why she say she sucked my dick, then she say she ain't sucked my dick. She gonna take it up the ass like a ventriloquist. That line delivery, I was straight up laughing my ass off listening to some of this album. like and then he continues saying, I mean, since Taylor Swift, since I had the rollie on the wrist, I'm the new Jesus bitch. I turned water to Crystal. This is this for what they did to Chris. They can't do shit with this. Got my kids in a fake school. We ain't.
Ooh. Is he talking about Christopher Dorner?
No, Chris Brown.
Oh.
Yeah, which is like so bad. Because like, what did we do to Chris Brown?
Well, one thing about that Chris Brown situation is that they did they did focus only on one part of it. I think what should have happened with the Chris Brown situation is nobody should have been involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the media used to have discretion back in them days. I mean, back in the day, not back in them days, but like used to have discretion. And the fact of the matter is, I was two young kids fighting. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he shouldn't have been hitting her, but she's I think the same height as I think she was hitting him. You know, she was hitting him. He shouldn't have been hitting her. She shouldn't have been hitting him. He shouldn't have been hitting her just because she was hitting him. But he does have defensive wounds on his body. So it's clear. I'm just saying.
Let's consider this. Let's like just black out just the Rihanna situation. This motherfucker has been involved with so much other like violent bullshit since then too.
I mean, like, allegedly.
No, it's confirmed. Like he's been like
he's gotten in fights with other musicians. This is what happens. This is what happens though sometimes.
People.
Well, it's what happens sometimes because it's not random people. Like, this is what happens. Chris Brown hangs out with a lot of Bloods, right? And so
why, bro?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Chris Brown has always been looked at like he's soft. Like, Chris Brown is a not small dude in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like 6'2" or some shit.
He's not a small dude. Like, he's like in like amazing shape. So people always, but when people think about him, they think about baby Chris Brown. They think about that 15-year-old that we remember seeing on music videos and stuff.
Virginia and shit.
So they think he's sweet. They think it's sweet. They think it's cool to just run up on him and, you know, run up and done up type shit.
Okay, but
it's weird. It's weird, but like I'm just saying. So you say, why does he have that? So I feel like that you gravitate towards that to, you know, have something to associate yourself with, so you have protection, so you feel comfortable, right? But with that being said, a lot of his actual beefs with people are other musicians, R&B artists and rappers, like, and there's always over females. So I think what the problem is that all these artists, rappers, and, you know, and R&B singers and whatever, they all mess with the same women. Like, y'all need to go to a different club or something. Like, quit hanging out at the same places, because they all talk to the same women. I don't know if y'all ever noticed it, but like, you'll see like how does a Harvey girl end up with so many of the same, like so many different dudes that are like friends with each other and they know each other. It's the fishbowl effect. Like, people who only hang out in this fishbowl only hang out with each other, you know what I'm saying? But like, get out of the fishbowl, man. Go.
All of them aren't fucking around, like, and fucking, I mean, like, beating up people and shit.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm saying a lot of that shit comes from like real shit. It comes from a lot of it from women. Like, a lot of that shit is happening because of a girl. Unfortunately, that's the scuttlebutt.
He needs to chill out. He needs to chill out about that.
He definitely needs to chill out. You know, but I'm just saying,
and I can
that all. I was just saying the whole thing from the beginning starts with Rihanna, right? And I think that it was just best to just not be all up in the press with all that, because it's a bad situation, right? It was a bad situation with these kids. They shouldn't even been. They were in a toxic situation. Mm-hmm. So they both, was.
All I'm saying is that there comes a time where you just learn from, you know, your mistakes, and like you just stop.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just saying. I'm just explaining the mindset. You know what I'm saying? I think he feels picked on or felt picked on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just trying to be a good guy, and then all of a sudden he's the bad guy. Maybe he felt like, well, fuck it, I'll just be the bad guy then. This is what y'all say. Y'all say I'm the bad guy. Well, then fuck it, I'll be the bad guy.
Yep. Yeah.
I think a lot of that's what's going on because I don't think Chris Brown's a bad dude. I haven't met him, but he seems like the type of guy who is just like being mad. He's just mad. He's hurt, and hurt people, right? That's what they say. Hurt people, hurt people. I think he walks around with that guilt, that Rihanna, like the guilt from what he did to Rihanna. I think he walks around with that because also he was the beloved kid that's on the Today Show before that, and now he's the ostracized star who he's still gonna sell out a stadium, but he's still not getting that love like he used to, like he's used to, like the actual love. Like, come on over here, young fellow.
Yeah, you embrace the bad guy.
He embraced the dark side. Yeah, he embraced
the red
dark side. He is Anakin Skywalker. Goddamn. Chris Brown is Anakin Skywalker. He had a mistake that took him over the edge, and then he said, fuck it. Y'all don't fuck with me? Well, fuck y'all.
All right. So here's a clip. It just says Ludacris says Justin Timberlake told him to shut the fuck up at the 2007 Grammys. Let's see what he says here.
Because I was so passionate, after I got that award, I went backstage. And at this time, they had all the artists separated by curtains, so motherfuckers weren't in specific rooms. I say that to say, I get back and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I made it. I did it. I won. I literally set out this album to get a Grammy, and I got it. And all of a sudden, I hear this voice from the other room on the other side of the curtain. And the motherfucker's like, shut the fuck up, man. Some of us didn't win any goddamn Grammys today. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I pull the curtain back. This nigga Justin Timberlake is on the other side of that motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
That nigga said, shut the fuck up. Some of us didn't win any goddamn Grammys this year. What the fuck?
That's actually pretty funny. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like personal, but it seems like it was just like, man.
Yeah. First of all, yeah, Justin Timberlake ain't trying to catch no real beef with nobody.
He's been on a bad publicity ride lately.
Yeah,
JT,
man. Yeah, well,
all the Britney Spears stuff, he has not been having a good time.
What Britney Spears stuff?
She like released a book just talking about their relationship and just like how fucking weird he is, and then he released a couple of songs or whatever. Like he had a new album. Like just people just don't really have confidence anymore that he's. In that same vein, like Justin Timberlake used to be that sweet kid, right? But
he wrote an album about her 25 years ago. Why is everybody surprised about that? Like he wrote
she did a tell-all, like a basically tell-all book about her relationship with him, and she just kind of exposed like just how weird this motherfucker actually was.
But they were dating when they were in their 20s, like, or not even their 20s. They were like teenagers and then like 21 years old. Like, is anybody here doing what they was doing in high school and like 21? Like, yeah, I think that's a weird thing to do, to put somebody's, like, to do a tell all about some relationship that you had when you were a kid, unless he was like beating you or violating you in some kind of way. I don't think that's really relevant. Like, that's not helpful.
Let me see if I can get more, because
if he wrote a book about her at this point in their life, and he wrote a book about their relationship, that would be stupid too. I would think. But what she's just mad is, now this is my baby mama now. Okay, I don't play around, but I'm objective. What she's mad about is he got to capitalize off their breakup and she didn't. He made himself a multi-platinum artist.
Let me go here. I'm just going to list right here. This is us. This is all I'm saying is that he's been getting dragged through.
Yeah.
So encouraging Britney Spears to have an abortion that was released or talked about. But he was also like kind of just like always cheating on her too.
Right. 20.
Yeah, he says he
teenagers.
dropped this song "Cry Me a River," which he wrote in 2 hours, less than 1 year after he and Spears split. Damn, 2 hours to write that song that's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, because but also she.
I mean, if you
so
have Timberland on your side, also writing it
she
with you,
left him. She left him for. Well, she was cheating on him with Kevin Federline.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he wrote that song. And if you look at the dude that is with his girlfriend in the Cry Me a River, I think he looks just like Kevin Federline, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, K-Fab, man. K-Fab, he got, man, let's talk about that guy, man. Kevin Federline. Man, he was like getting it.
Yeah, he's like every just like just he's just like every just like average dude, like dude's dream, like, you know what I mean? Like if you just like, because if you don't really expect to just like be clapping Britney Spears just from like just being around her.
Well, he was her dancer, so he
but at the same time, you know, like there's a lot of dancers.
You know? Yeah, but they all got to be thinking the same thing, like, yo. If I get a chance, I'm gonna smash. You know what I'm saying? Splash. If
so
I get a chance.
Timberlake, okay, so he dropped the Cry Me a River. Spears claimed in her memoir that Timberlake ended their romance via text. In the music video, Timberlake starred along a model who looked like Spears as she acted out a cheating scene. Spears, who was vocal about her dislike of the video, later alleged the woman in me that Timberlake was actually the one who cheated on her a couple of times.
Well, I believe that he cheated on her, but she obviously cheated on him as well because she ended up getting pregnant with Kevin Federline's baby. If we put all this timeline up, you know, it was already known that she was cheating on him. But I mean, he was cheating on her too. Like, and that's what I mean about these. We're talking about children at the time. You know what I mean? And same thing. Like, I'm glad you segued into this from Rihanna and Chris Brown, because this could have got ugly too. You know, this could have got ugly too. But this is what happens when you got better publicists and people who control. Because publicists back in the day and A&R people back in the day used to have control over the artist. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. Not like they had people telling them what to do better, but they just had better control over what.
Look at these motherfuckers, bro. Like, these used to be that used to be the epitome of like attractiveness at a certain time in the early 2000s. Like, these were the guys.
I mean, minus Justin's haircut, you could probably find these guys on a college campus right now. Right. We could probably grab. I might want to do that one day on the Man on the Street. I'm trying to find an NSYNC. I'm trying to find NSYNC. I feel like I can find NSYNC. I'll be like, I feel like I can find NSYNC somewhere. We're out here in the middle of USC campus. We're gonna find us NSYNC. We're gonna put us the band back together.
Right. Yeah. I know Justin Timberlake. I don't know the names of any of these other niggas. To be
Lance, CJ. Okay, so it's gonna go JC. So Justin Timberlake, JC, Lance. Then is that Joey? And then I never knew that nigga's name with the glasses. Joey Fatone.
Right.
And then I can't remember this nigga's name.
Who, him or him?
Him, yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! Actually, it says it right here. Justin Timberlake, JC.
Yep. Lance,
Joey Fatone, and Chris.
Chris. Never knew his name. But I was right about all of them except for Chris.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I was right that I didn't know his name.
Ooh, that was that pop up right there with Vanderpump. Yeah, that's
What was that?
I
Where?
want to talk about Vanderpump. That's my guilty pleasure right there.
What's
So
Vanderpump?
it's a reality TV show with just like the most worst basic people in the world.
Ha!
And Lisa Vanderpump is she's married to some, like, I don't know, she's kind of like this heiress or whatever, married to this dude. And then she owns a bunch of restaurants. She was on The Real Housewives or something. And yeah, I saw that from Will Proudly. Oh, so sad facing the consequences of his own actions. But yeah, Lisa Vanderpump, she used to be on Real Housewives, but the show is about literally like the restaurant she owns and the people that work there, and it is just so dumb. It is so dumb, and I don't know why these people are always like in like tabloids and stuff, but it's just like whatever. But like I don't know why this is included because like yeah, he went solo. I don't know why that, like, even the quotes that
Well,
here.
he was with her when, I mean, he was still in the group when they broke up.
Mhm.
But like, I mean, like I said, we're talking about children. Like they was children when this when this all happened. So
Like
I
right
think
now.
I think it's odd for people to care about it. You know what I mean?
He's 43. He's 43.
Exactly. That's what I said. It was like 25 years ago. We're talking about like 20. We're talking about when I was in high school.
3 years ago. Yeah, 23 years ago. So he was literally like 20 years old. He was in like 22.
They were babies, man. They were children.
Super Bowl Nipplegate. So like I don't know, because it was this whole thing. I don't know if I can blame him for this, but like I blame the media for this whole thing.
Well,
right?
now the one thing you can put on him for this is he didn't 100% back Janet in the media. He kind of flip-flopped on how he felt about it and all this stuff after the fact. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody wanted to be honest after the fact, that because of the reaction. Nobody wanted to be honest and say, no, we rehearsed this, we planned on doing this. It was for shock and awe, and it was not received well. We're sorry, y'all didn't like it.
Well,
but
he said it was unrehearsed and unintentional.
Right, I know, and I'm saying that's what people didn't fuck with him after that, because it was clearly rehearsed. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was clearly rehearsed.
I mean,
it
was unrehearsed and unintentional.
I know that's the reason that nobody fucked with him. It was unrehearsed. It was clearly rehearsed. I watched it live. You know what I'm saying? I watched it live. I'll never miss it.
I remember that was kind of like the first Super Bowl I remember actually watching.
But if you go back up to her reaction, she's looking at him not like, oh my God, I can't believe you just pulled my titty out on national television. They're like having like a clearly dance scene ending shock face. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, it was a stage performance. And so when he said it wasn't, that it wasn't rehearsed, after that, the media started putting emphasis on Janet. Like, well, you must have set it up for that to happen.
That's what I don't like. I don't like the media's reaction to Janet Jackson, because he faced.
Well, somebody has to. No, this is the thing. It's not the media. The public. So this was on CBS that year, and the public went fucking off. They were pissed. They had more people write in. They had more people write in complaints than had ever before. And so they were looking for somebody to blame. And once Justin Timberlake realized they were looking for somebody to blame, he's like, "Don't blame me. I ain't even know that was going to happen." Well, that's why people find that very hard to believe. One, but then now the onus, like you said, becomes who we gonna blame? The only other person on stage was Janet, and she just didn't give a statement. He gave a statement, and like blew it up,
Like
made it
the
more
thing
than it
is that
was.
she was like barred, from
Doing the
was
Super
barred
Bowl.
from doing
She
things,
was
barred
barred
from
from doing a
doing
lot of stuff.
comedy.
She lost a lot of money from that.
Yeah, she lost a lot of deals on Justin Timberlake's Super Bowl scandal. Nearly 20 years later, we're good friends. Honestly, this whole thing was blown way out of proportion. That's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of crazy, just like the landscape of like media back then, and just like how people's reactions to just like a loose titty would has become. Especially like if you look at like red carpet photos now, it's just like
all the titties is out.
have your titties out, basically, and
But yeah, it was
like
just
people just
insane.
kind of called on her, and she just
It's exactly. It was insane. Like when it happened, I knew it was on purpose, and I knew that it was cool as fuck. Like I'm sitting there watching it with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I still was like, oh, that was cool. They just pushed the limit. You know what I'm saying? They pushed it to the limit. She had a pasty on, so it wasn't like they showed her actual titty. Like she had a big ass pasty on, like big ass black tape on both of her, in an X on like her whole titty. Like you barely saw a titty, like you know what I mean. But like just the fact that you saw some titty meat, they were like, oh, I can't believe. And it's the way that it happened, right? Like he ripped it off of her, like he ripped it off of her body. Sound like a graphic novel, like not a graphic novel, but sex novels or sex novels.
It's hot, steamy. The moon was shining.
Sweaty.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. By the way,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I already talked about my Valentine's Day present. It was awesome.
Okay. Well, you can't wait. You already gave it?
No, I received one. It was a new office chair because mine sucks. But now I got a great one. Thank you, Frothy.
Love it, brother. Let's see here. But yeah, he cheated on Jessica Biel. This was also pretty early in 2010 with Olivia Munn, of all people. I mean, I like Olivia Munn, but
I don't understand.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't understand. He clearly doesn't want to be in a relationship, right? I mean, I don't know. Like he just smashed him through Smashville. Why would you I don't know. That's crazy. Like it seems like you wouldn't be trying to smash super famous bitches. But people be all, sometimes people's relationship be already done between themselves and we don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he actually cheated on her or is Jessica Biel saying that he cheated on her, or were they already separated? Were they already not on that same time no more? Yeah. Sometimes they just don't let nobody know. Like, hey, we still married on paper and shit, but I be out. I be outside.
I maybe Palmer, but apparently it seems like he was getting a little too close to his co-star.
I think I remember that now. They were like pictured holding hands. That's probably going to be one of the photos when you go down some more.
So this is in 2019.
Yeah, they were seen holding hands out of a restaurant or something. And then it was like, oh.
They're in New Orleans.
He's cheating on Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel, man. Gorgeous lady.
So I displayed a strong lapse of judgment, but let me be clear, nothing happened between me and my co-star. I drank way too much that night, and I regret my behavior. I should have known better. This is not the example I want to set for my son. Then he apologized to his wife, 38. Jessica Biel's 38. For putting them through such an embarrassing situation. Let's see if they...
Damn, Jessica Biel's my age.
Yeah, I mean, you can go for it. You could probably, make sure that this one.
Sarah's like, what? What are you talking about? Nah, man. I already have enough baby mamas. I can't do that. Jessica Biel was cool though. She was hot back in the day, man. Hadn't seen her in a while, man. I bet you she's hot still. Shit. Fucking just stop acting though, you know, to have a family. And then you got this nigga gallivanting around with bitches. He's like, nigga, I moved to Tennessee for you, you dumb bitch.
You get Tennessee.
Fucking hate it here. Moved here for you. Who the fuck wants to live in Franklin? God damn. I bet she was mad, boy. But like I said, we don't know what their situation is. What if she got a side dude that lives in the house, in the back house? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if she got a whole ass, you know, like stable of dudes that she get to come through every once in a while and be like, all right, you leaving? Because we act like, you know, we act like famous women don't have sex. You know what I'm saying? It's always about like, oh, this rapper was with a whole bunch of bitches in the strip club and blah, 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 blah. But women get down too. You know, women be having side dudes and shit like that. So the question for me is like, why don't we ever hear about Mariah Carey's side dude? You know what I'm saying? Or Mariah Carey.
Look at Jada Pinkett.
Well, what about? Well, I mean, we didn't hear about it until she told us about it, though, right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like we be hearing about other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, they
maybe a little smarter, a little bit more discretion taking place.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is, bro. I think it's a little bit more discretion being held, and because like what Mariah Carey before she was with Nick Cannon, you ain't know she was dating nobody. You ain't heard she was dating nobody or been with no. So we just left to assume she was just celibate until she met this nigga. Like no, she got like probably like 50 dudes. She probably got 50 different dudes that get it whenever she's on tour. You know what I'm saying? Like easy money, easy work. I mean, they got a different. She used a different name when she go to a hotel, and they use a different name when they come to visit.
But yeah, I mean, Nick Cannon, Jesus, dude is so interesting to me.
Nick Cannon living the goddamn life, man. Let me tell you something. He must have had a terrible life in another life because this one is bumping. This one is going hard. He is having a great time. But you know what?
That's too many kids with too many different women. I
mean, the dude got lupus, man. I don't be blaming him for nothing. He got lupus. Like that's an incurable disease, and in which if he didn't have the money that he has, he would not be able to afford to be even alive right now. So go hard, young fella. Go hard. I think me and him are the same age, and he got 4 times more kids than I do. It's amazing. He putting in work though. Like, I mean, real work. Like he's one of the busiest people ever, right? Like that dude does as many shows as I do. And I don't get paid as much as he do.
This is pretty. So Beyonce is announced her upcoming album coming next month, and that's going to be a country music album.
Man, I was just shit. It's going to be a country music album. Let me just tell you something. She's trying to. I'm telling you. I told you the Beyonce and Taylor Swift wars continue. I don't know if you were on here yet.
Yeah, they're like swapping.
Oh no, because
had a trajectory where it's like Beyonce is like very much like R&B and pop, like basically pop, and then Taylor's country, and now they're doing like this little game where Taylor has become way more pop, and now she's just making the switch over. Yeah. They're just switching sides.
But the thing is, Taylor Swift is still a country artist, and the reason that she does make as much money as she does, like people don't understand this. Taylor Swift makes a lot of money selling CDs. It's not just streams, even though a lot of people focus on her streams. She sells CDs because country music fans buy their shit still at Best Buy. They go to Walmart and they buy the CD.
Well, Frothy, what do you mean by this? You're not impressed by the country music album?
Yeah, we don't know.
She might be a little bit behind. Like, she might not be like watching it live, but just like
she's listening and then running to the phone to then comment something. Yeah, are you saying that
with
she said new album?
New album. You're not impressed. Not impressed by it. But I wanted to also bring up this clip because T-Pain says he stopped taking country songwriting credits due to racism. I'll just take the check, is what he says.
No sound.
Let me see here.
Good music is good music. I don't give a fuck where it come from or what style it come in. All the people I know like feel like it's not cool to listen to other genres of music. Country music is where I get all my harmonies. Country and gospel music. That's where all my harmonies come from. I wrote a lot of country songs. Stop taking credit for it because as cool it is to see your name in those credits and shit like that, the racism that comes after it is just like, I'll just take the check. Don't put me on that. I'll just take the check, bro. Never mind, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that
is one of my favorite streamers, actually.
Well, T-Pain is one of my favorite people. I actually met T-Pain at his birthday party.
So
his birthday. His birthday is the day before mine. March the 4th is his birthday. March the 5th is mine. I was at his birthday party and met him and hung out. He's like one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. He's one of the nicest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. Like his VIP area, it was just like a roped off area. It didn't mean shit. I don't know what it was even there for. Like, like we were just all there together. Like it was a great time. And it was also like an album release party at the same time. So like it was his birthday party / album release party. I had a blast. And yeah, he's also one of my favorite streamers as well. He does mostly just Twitch now. I don't think he goes on YouTube no more.
Yeah, he still posts on like he posts like segments on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, but he's just mostly focused on
he
Twitch.
Does a lot of Twitch streams, video game streams, and he does like he goes on like Temu and like orders a bunch of bullshit and then does like unboxing stuff. And he's just an hilarious dude.
Well, see, the thing is, I bet you he looked. Well, I know for a fact he looks at it and goes, "It's so much easier for me to make a check on doing this than it is for me to try to get money doing streams or writing credits." And like you said, like it's no hassle. He can control everything about it, and he don't have to really worry about nothing after it. And he kind of he speaks to that when he first started doing Twitch. Like he was learning everything, and I was like, man, this is wild. Like and that's when I realized as well too, like I can't do Twitch. I'd have to have somebody doing everything else. I can't do none of that shit. That's just too much fucking going on. Because he had like where people can pay to do little audio drops and shit like that.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I entered the realm of like Twitch. Like we sometimes host a show to Twitch, and there's like a random watcher or two
that's what I call him, the watcher. I call him the watcher.
Yeah, the watcher. That only person. But
it's Jeffrey Wright up there.
Yeah.
The watcher.
What if? Let's see here. Oh yeah, we got here. Which is funny.
Hold on, before you read it. Before you read it, everybody who's watching right now, this is towards the end of the show. We ask that you, hour number 2, give us some information. Like, what do y'all want to talk about? Any questions you have? Go ahead and lay it in the chat, man. Right.
I'm just
This is
talking
the
shit, just going through
this is
Reddit posts and
this is the Q&A portion of this episode. So go ahead, put it in the comments. Go ahead.
clearly
You can go
just
ahead.
hanging out. Yeah, you guys are just watching us hang out, to be honest. But so join the hangout section. You know, we're in the circle right now.
It's the Bantha bunch, man. It's the Bantha bunch.
That's
You are
the
teaching us some
thing.
stuff. You're teaching us stuff right now. Like we learned a lot. This is the Bantha bunch, man. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, man. I don't know if anybody used to watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Mr. Rogers come in, he had his sweater on, he starts talking to you about stuff, start talking to you about the week, and then they have a guest. Somebody come in and say something and teach you about something, or he goes somewhere and you learn about something. Actually, Mr. Rogers was the first How It's Made. Like How It's Made stole a shit from Mr. Rogers because he used to go to places and find out how things were made.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So yeah, you've definitely played your role as like the mailman on Mr. Rogers right
now. So this is just it's kind of funny because we were just talking about T-Pain, and then I went to the other subreddit just to see what the top post of the week is, the pop culture chat.
Yep.
And it was literally just a small collection of T-Pain tweets was the top post. And it's just him playing Animal Crossings, and he says, my wife was running low on bills, so I had to hop over to her island to make sure she was set for the week. Go get yourself something nice. He just has all the bags of money in her Animal Crossing village. Ever wonder how many ghosts you've hit with your car?
Wow. That's a great tweet.
Attention all homophobic idiots. If you're not attractive to straight women, you're probably not attractive to gay men. You can unclench now.
Oh, man.
Based.
Say it with
I
your
was today
chest.
years old when I found out about the request folder on Instagram that's full of celebs trying to reach me. That's hilarious because like for me, when I got on Instagram as 900 yards or like even on Twitter, there is like a bunch of people like reaching out to me and just saying like, you know, just give me love or whatever, asking where the next video is. And I did not know that like there was a request folder. So when I went to it, it was just like a bunch of people had been hitting me up. So I'm glad that I was able to shout out to everybody who hit me up.
Shout out.
Now check my request folders. Just responded to someone today. Thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, I have to check it again. I check it every once in a while, but it's usually just spam.
The girl Flo Rida sings about in Low was wearing apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, baggy sweatpants, and Reeboks with the straps, all at the same time. So we must conclude that she was, in fact, a centaur. In this essay, I will. And then he says, the first girl is dressed how Flo Rida likes. Second girl is dressed how I like. Flo likes a classy lady. I like a lazy bitch. And, you know.
Man, and then his wife commented and was pissed off. I guarantee you his wife commented and was like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with you? Is that Reba?
Dude, this is another T-Pain thing. People are loving T-Pain. Holy shit.
Look, man.
We need to holler at him. Just be like, yo, let's talk some bullshit.
Seriously.
The whole club.
He's from Tallahassee. And I know some things about T-Pain that would be an amazing fucking interview if we had T-Pain. Like I just said, I was at his birthday party, and I know what they used to call him in Jacksonville, not Jacksonville, in Tallahassee, Florida. They used to call him Cheeseburger because he used to beg for cheese. He used to beg for money, $1 at McDonald's. It was back when they had the dollar menu. He used to beg for $1 so he could get a cheeseburger.
That's hilarious.
They call him Cheeseburger.
Because I actually lived in Tallahassee until I was 6.
Oh yeah.
Like actually, yeah.
That's the crib.
Yeah, shout out Alumni Village. Shout out Publix. Love you.
Shout out Publix. Shout out McDonald's. Shout out to anybody who want to give us a check, by the way. We take them too. No, God damn it. If y'all want to support the check. Reba McEntire is like one of the first women I saw in a poster like with like a bikini on. My homie's his stepdad was like a huge fan of Reba McEntire. And she was looking good back then, I ain't gonna lie. And she still looks great. She still looks great. It's crazy.
Reba, 2 different Super Bowl vibes.
Hold on, let me zoom in. Hold on. I gotta pull this back up.
Kardashians. Damn, they look so bored. That was me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was gonna say this was everybody watching the game. What quarter is this? Because this is probably the first quarter right here.
First quarter, probably the second quarter too. Shit.
Second quarter, at least something happened. We got some touchdowns. See, that's the end of the game. I guarantee you the first.
Yeah.
Because the Kardashians ain't rooting for nobody. They would have been excited whoever won. Like,
the color palette is very different. I would agree with there. Like, this looks like
it's all black because they're not rooting for nobody. Ain't nobody here rooting for nobody. Mm-hmm. And this is the face of people who have been in Vegas. I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but this is what you look like when you've been in Vegas for 4 days. That's what this is. And everybody in the Taylor Swift camp
just doing their thing, I guess.
No, they just got they've been there for 4 days. The Swifties have been there for 14 hours. They just flew in from China from doing the tour and shit. So that's just but it's a funny meme. It's funny. But I'm just saying the reality is these motherfuckers are tired because they look at Tiger over there. Look at Tiger on the left.
Is that Tiger?
Left. Yeah, that's Tiger right there. Look at Tiger. He looking at everybody like, damn, look at all y'all sleep, nigga. Yeah, I told y'all not to drink all that goddamn vodka last night. Look at because they hung over as a motherfucker.
Beyonce, Super Bowl.
Why is Beyonce's hair always blonde? Somebody put it in the comments. Why is Beyonce's hair always blonde? I love Beyonce, by the way.
I think she's just doing. I think she's just like doing because again, she's dropping a country album. It looks like
you think she's on her Dolly Parton shit.
Yeah, I think this is like definitely a country vibe that she's doing right here. And if you saw Dolly Parton with the big,
that's Dolly Parton with the big titties out and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, this is why I will say I think that her country album could be good. Let me tell you why I say that. Dolly Parton, I actually like Dolly Parton, right? Like the old Dolly Parton, like first years of her career. Because that's when country music was really actually good country music. Like the rest of this shit with they rollie and they truck and all that shit. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But like Jolene is a really good one from Dolly Parton. If you get songs like that, like, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have some kind of sad sing-songy kind of gospel-y songs because people forget Ray Charles was also a country music singer.
Hey, country.
So
this is her at the Grammys.
Right. It's promotion. It's called album. This is marketing.
She knew.
Whoa. That marketing 101, man. Give it to Jay-Z and Beyonce, because if it's not them, whoever they've hired, you know, to really get this shit on point, they are very good at marketing themselves.
Okay, so here how about this. Best Super Bowl shows of the last 20 years. I actually like the Usher Super Bowl show. Rihanna's last year was not very good, to be honest.
No, it wasn't. But Rihanna, I'm gonna say who was in there. But not that I liked any of them. I'm just gonna say who was in there. Rihanna, J-Lo, what was it? Dr. Dre,
Beyonce.
Beyonce. I'm getting there. I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to go from backwards from where we are now. The reason I say J-Lo because I think that's the one MIA was in, and that's another baby mama. Then who else? See, I want to say Whitney Houston, but that's like 30 something years ago. So, but
Yeah, so
she didn't do the halftime show either.
2004.
She didn't do the halftime show either because she sang the national anthem. That's my bad. But 25 years or 20 years or 25 years.
Oh, her mom's hair is blonde too. It's definitely not natural. It's definitely not natural.
You know, it's not natural. Her mom used to be a hairdresser, so that's why. Or she actually owns a chain of hairdressing shops or whatever you would call it in Houston now, which is where Beyonce is from. So I think that's why we're getting this country album. You know what I mean? Like Texas people listen to country. You know.
Mm-hmm.
My auntie lives in the country, but we from Alabama, so. But it's a specific kind of country. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be. It's not just like country.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar made that appearance.
Yep.
Weekend.
That's what I was missing. Is the Weekend? I knew he was going to be on. I hated it.
Interesting.
His was way more garbage than Rihanna's to me.
It was in that vacuum of like COVID, you know what I mean? So it like had to, stupid. Be. I think that I feel like he did good with the limited resources that he was able to.
He had a lot of resources. He had a crazy, probably the most intricate set we've seen in 15, 20 years of watching the show.
Why it's pretty interesting is that's out the box.
No, it was. I didn't like it. I feel like they could have did a lot more with it than what they were able to do.
Shakira.
Yeah, fantastic. I knew that one was on there.
And that was before the world ended. Maroon 5.
Why does dude from Maroon 5 now look like Machine Gun Kelly? Go back. Why is he? What's up with needing to be a hard ass? Like, what's up with that? Like, what's up with like having to be hard? Like, I need to be hard. I get a whole bunch of tattoos and shit. Like, bro, you used to sing that goddamn song. Is there anyone out there? Because it's getting harder to breathe. Look, and he's singing that song right now with some fire going off behind him. They don't have one song that deserves fire going off behind them. Not one song does Maroon 5 have.
Now I'm going to ask you to name the members of Maroon 5. Challenge possible.
This nigga's name's Adam, and that's all I know. He's the only one that matters. He writes everything. He just drugged those dudes up because they're his best friends. They're the only friends he ever had. Justin Timberlake. See, I wouldn't include him in this. Way. I'm surprised this one made the list only because he did.
It's just asking that Super Bowl halftime show last. So there's 20.
Oh, so these are just pictures.
Chronological order. Yeah.
This one to me wouldn't have made it because he played Prince. That's another reason people don't fuck with him because Prince vehemently hated Justin Timberlake. He didn't like anything he did. He thought he was just ripping off Michael Jackson and ripping off him. So he felt like, fuck Justin Timberlake. And he would have never let Justin Timberlake use the Purple Rain for that Super Bowl. I don't know if you... he did that in that Super Bowl. Lady Gaga.
That one. Coldplay.
Yeah, I don't remember no Coldplay, but that looked garbage. What was this one?
Garbage. Like when that looks like it was back in like 2005 or something.
That looks fucking terrible.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry's was crazy because they had the sharks. They had the fucking.
I haven't heard nothing from Bruno Mars in a while. I feel like
he's had a residency in Vegas. That's why.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Going head to head with Usher, huh?
Well, you got to be there so much. You don't really go nowhere if you're getting that bag, getting that 400K every weekend.
Beyonce, Madonna.
Beyonce had 2 in the last 20 years.
The way that Madonna looks now is like so extremely different than just even this. It's crazy.
She don't have an album coming out, so she doesn't have she don't get plastic surgery until she's gonna have another album coming out. So you get to see her where her face is melted. She's like Clayface in Batman.
Like,
you know Clayface? You know who Clayface is?
Yeah, I know Clayface.
Yeah. She can only keep that mold for so long. Then she has to put it all back together.
She looks just so strange.
She looks like a cat. She looks like what's her name? Lil Kim. Her and Lil Kim.
Yeah, she does have a little Kim face, yeah.
So if you have too many surgeries, you get fat in the face. I don't know what is going on right here with these ladies who get too much. They start doing too many body augmentations, and also these. It used to be that is not
real butt implants. Madonna got real.
That is not Madonna.
She got real butt implants, bro.
That's Madonna.
Yeah, that's
get the fuck out of here. Zoom in on this.
It's serious. It's serious.
Hold on a second, man. Stop the presses. Timeout. We need a TV timeout. We need a TV timeout. What in the world? Why does she have a fake booty that looks like she went to Tijuana to get it? She looked like
can't be bad. Let me see here.
That can't be real. Is that CGI that somebody made this lady's butt look like that?
She literally got
cheek implant.
Madonna's butt.
Shout out to Madonna though. Madonna is from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. I was born in Detroit, so fuck it. I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you, Madonna. But she needs some Detroit niggas in her life because they would have told her, do not go outside with them geeks looking like that.
It's kind of interesting.
Her fake butt don't look like she got a stripper fake butt.
The Black Eyed Peas, 2011.
Oh, I forgot about that.
2010.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Bruce Springsteen.
I was mad about that one. I was like, nobody likes Bruce Springsteen enough to do that. Who is this?
Tom Petty.
Oh, Tom Petty. Why Tom Petty look like the old he looked like an old version of Nickelback.
All right.
Yeah, Prince, man. Prince. Can you go back to that guitar? Because I just want to appreciate Prince for 2 seconds.
Ridiculous, yeah.
I learned how to play Diamonds and Pearls the other day.
Nice. On what, the piano?
On the guitar.
What's up? I thought you were usually on the keys.
Oh no, I can pretend. I can pretend that I know how to play the piano real well. Yeah. I'm real good at that.
You know the James. Okay.
I can play this one like lesbian theme song that I can't remember the name of it, but I can play that song real dope on the piano. Like real. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. No, I'm not. Fuck that. Actually, for those who don't know, who it's on the Rick and Morty season 1, the Unity episode, when Rick goes to like kill himself at the end of the episode, the song that's playing in that scene, and end credit scene. That's the song I can play on the piano. I used to be able to play Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody on piano, the intro. But let me tell you something. That is the most unnecessarily difficult song. Like the way he played I can't even explain it. Like people who are out there who are pianists and like, or even just fuck around on the piano. Like I consider a pianist. You be playing the keyboard, the keys.
Yeah, I've been learning.
Man, go look up that Bohemian Rhapsody.
I'll see if I can try it out.
Because it is gnarly. I think that's the song. Because I looked it up on YouTube one time, like just to see the shapes. and like, because I've never been able to really read piano music. Like, I can read the like,
Me
I can
neither.
see
I
where
just
the
look at the
crescendos and the decrescendos and
I
all
know
that kind of
I
stuff.
know the chords, yeah, and
But I know how to play all other instruments, so I can kind of. I'm already kind of
I don't
familiar
know how
with
to read
it.
music at all.
Luckily, I do know how to read. I do know how to read music. I do.
Paul McCartney, and then here we go, Janet Jackson, P Diddy.
The
Eddie
Patriots was
Vedder.
playing this Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they played a lot of them the last
I think
20
the
years.
Patriots was playing the No, not the Panthers. Maybe it was the Panthers.
The top comment is, I don't know, but it wasn't Maroon 5.
That
Wait,
one
this was like
sucked.
20 years ago?
The Baby Shark thing with fucking Katy Perry. I guess it wasn't Baby Shark, but it was the Sharks. Which
Yeah,
didn't
that's
make
right. Yeah.
didn't make any sense to me. And everybody was like losing their mind. I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I don't have
shark shit.
I don't have a 7-year-old girl, so it didn't make sense to me. I don't have a 7-year-old daughter.
Prince playing Purple Rain in the Rain is something I'll never forget. It's like even Mother Nature said, here you go, honey, make it iconic.
So you want to hear something crazy about?
See, like you just yeah. Here he is, left short.
I don't know if you guys do you know the history behind Purple Rain, the song?
I don't.
So you can probably find it on YouTube now that Prince is no longer with us, and he doesn't like block everything from being on the internet. Like before Prince passed away, if you posted a Prince video or a song of his on YouTube, they would take it down. If you posted it on Vimeo, they take it down. If you posted it anywhere, that's his music wasn't on Spotify until like 6 years ago. So all that being said, Purple Rain was first played at some place, and I think in Minnesota. Maybe it was somewhere else, but they played it live. And it's on video, apparently. Well, it's not on, apparently. I've seen it. They got video of it. But the first time he played it, they recorded all of it live. They recorded like he was taking his recording studio with him everywhere while they were on that tour. And they decided to record it. And over 80% of what you hear on the album is actually what they did in that show. And the song is about 12 minutes long in the real version, like the first version that they played. But what we get, like basically he only changed a couple of things. Like he made it shorter, and he had a solo, like that one long riff that goes at the end of the song. Like before he got to that, man, he was playing shit for like 6 minutes. Like he had a long ass solo, and when it got to that part, he just stayed with it, and you could tell that like when they got it in post, they were like, okay, yeah, that's the one. Like that's the one. We're gonna go with that one. And yeah, they chopped it up, man. Like that video is somewhere on YouTube. It's got to be.
Oh yeah, and well, it looks like the general consensus from this thread is that people are just saying that Prince is definitely like from just scrolling, people are just saying Prince all the way in the last 20 years, which I would probably agree with because I still remember that one.
Yeah. I mean, Beyonce is on this.
Of the ones that like came before.
Beyonce is on this list twice, basically, because we're talking about the last 20 years. She's done Super Bowl twice in 20 years. And she would vote for Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I guarantee you, if you ask her what was your favorite, she would say Prince. She would probably say Prince, then Bruno Mars, and then probably J-Lo, and then probably Justin Timberlake, and then The Weeknd. I think that's Beyonce's list. I just gave you Beyonce's list. Beyonce is a friend of the show. her dad's from Alabama. Roll Tide.
Yeah, I feel like Usher's is pretty good too. Like he's in the top half of this list now.
I thought he was gonna get more love than he did. I thought it was dope, but I guess it just shows that I'm just an Usher fan, not that everybody else liked it like that. But you know why? I think that why Whitey didn't like it. Because them niggas made it real niggerish at the end. It was Atlanta up in that bitch. Atlanta.
Yeah.
They was stomping that shit out. They was doing they was talking all that shit, but y'all don't even understand how much. And the reason I give Atlanta love is because I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. But Birmingham is the second Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We was the same size for a while, and it was the two most liberal cities in the country. I mean, in the South. You know what I'm saying? For a very long time. And then they got that international airport that everybody talks about now, the largest airport in the world. But that airport was supposed to be in Birmingham, Alabama. But the people in Alabama were so racist. The shit ended up getting stalled, and they just said, "Fuck it, we're moving it to Atlanta," and the rest is history. They passed us. They was our twin brother, and then they became our big brother.
Okay, this is a pretty interesting one too. It says the category is best character introduction.
I'm gonna call this segment "Tread It Through Reddit."
Tread it through Reddit. Yeah, that's good. Rachel, Friends, pretty good. Rick Grimes, The Walking Dead, think phenomenal. Probably, yeah. It's such a good pilot episode of TV. Walter White, Breaking Bad, absolutely iconic. Michonne, The Walking Dead, same. I never really watched How to Get Away with Murder. I have seen the first episode, but it never really left an impact on me.
You're like, I thought that was the second episode.
Riverdale.
No, yeah, I don't know. I never watched that show either.
Never watched Riverdale. Never watched Killing Eve. Vampire.
Oh, you know which one should be on here? Because it's taking me a minute. I had to really think about that. Okay, that's a very specific thing. No, but it gets Severance, where they open up with old girl on the table.
Oh, yeah. That is actually pretty dope.
That's a fucking good one. I think it crushed all the ones they showed so far. And not just because I thought of it, but just because you don't know what the fuck is going on from the beginning. Man, Severance is a dope ass show, dude. I'm gonna have to start talking about it now.
Yeah, I think it's in production right now.
It is. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to sneak it in. I'm gonna start sneaking it into the podcast on Monday at 8:00 Pacific time every Monday. I'm gonna sneak that in, start talking about Severance, trying to connect dots. If Alex says something that I think is related to it, or I can segue it in there, I will just do it. I'm just like, well, you know what? It's crazy that you mentioned that, because that also happened on Severance. Because we didn't cover the first season. We got into Severance late, but that was one of my favorite shows. Also, it's got one of my favorite actors and comedic actors in Adam Scott, who left me a really good tip when I delivered pizza to him. Really nice guy. I always tell people when I meet somebody, when I deliver the pizza to somebody famous, I'm like, yeah, so and so left me a great tip. But if you left me a shitty tip, oh yeah, I talk about you. I talk about you. And guess what I did though? I put a little something extra on there. Your little $1 turned into 70 because I got good handwriting. I got skills.
Bro, Alicia Keys at the halftime show, that was amazing.
Yo, stop it. Stop it.
Beautiful.
Stop incredible. Now, what I will say is, I thought, well, I know for a fact her voice cracked her. The first thing that she like,
first thing, I did hear that too.
But,
I was like, oh no,
I was like,
it up.
Who gives a fuck? Because it happens. Like as a singer, that shit happens, man. Like, you know what I mean? She just kept it going. One time I remember watching her in The Diary on VH1, and she was getting ready to perform that song, and she was going to be performing it at the Grammys, and she was having problems. Like, I think she smoked blunts, and goddamn, you know, she was just having trouble. She drank and she smoked once. You know what I'm saying? She was having, and she said she was having sinus issues. So they went to the doctor and they gave her some medicine, all kind of stuff. And she was like trying to get the song out. And she was like, why did I write this song in this way? Like, why did I write this song like to where I have to sing this high?
Right.
Zendaya.
Dune Part 2 press tour.
Hold on. What's her name is in Dune Part 2?
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
She's going to be the princess.
There is not one person that I think could have been a better sister for what's her name? What's her name? Not Charlize Theron. It was Black Widow. What was her name? Scarlett Johansson. If you go back up to what's her name, she looks like Scarlett Johansson's sister. You know what I'm saying? Like she could actually be her sister. It was just wonderful casting. That's all I'm saying.
Film Age came at us the other a couple weeks ago about when we were talking about Florence Pugh or Scarlett Johansson. And
I mean, I fuck with ScarJo over Florence Pugh.
Me too. I remember
as far as who is going to be Black Widow, but like Florence Pugh's got this Russian accent that's not Russian. It's just a little her character is a little bit much. They could have just let her talk how she really talks. You know what I'm saying? Considering it was a fake family and all that shit, like just let her talk how she is. She's Australian. Who cares? Very few Americans who even know the difference between an Australian accent or a fucking British accent.
Right. Or South African accent.
Yeah. The blacks. South Africans kind of sound like New Zealanders a little bit, but like more British. That's how it sounds to me. Well, at least white South Africans. That's what I meant to say. What is this? Who is this? Oh, Super Bowl, more Super Bowl stuff. Yeah, no, but I thought that Alicia Keys did an amazing job. She looked amazing. It was crazy.
He's like, he had to come back on. He was like, nah, Florence Pugh.
He's like, I don't know what it is about her, man. She got them. I'm gonna tell you what it is. She got them crazy eyes. That's them eyes. Boy, let me tell you something now. That means she'll do something to you now. And it's gonna be all good, but then she gonna yell at you.
Lily Gladstone references Lily Gladstone of course Killers of the Flower Moon fame. Might win an Oscar this year. So he says, referencing Super Bowl while talking Native American misrepresentation. Look at one of the teams playing. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It is pretty interesting.
Yeah, what's up with some of these actresses just going? Like some of them don't act as much anymore, but what they do is they'll just
joining us late.
What up, though?
I've just been watching stuff on Netflix, and I was like, let me go to YouTube. And then I was like, they're still going on? What?
We're just hanging out, treading through Reddit.
Maybe good.
Yeah, it's the new segment called Tread It Through Reddit.
Oh, man, can we not do the thing? Because everybody's been making those videos where they basically just retell Reddit
Mm-mm.
The asshole stories and shit.
Yeah, no, that's
we're
not
not
what's
doing
going down
that.
here.
We're just like we're actually just doing like pop culture and just like finding subjects to talk shit about.
What's happening is, yeah, like he throws them up. It's like skeet shooting. He throws them up, and I fucking shoot them out of the sky.
Something.
Who is this?
That's a small
Serena.
baby.
Oh, it's Serena.
The baby's so white. Oh wait, her husband is white, huh?
Yeah, I mean he's
I was like, why is that baby so white?
He's actually the co-founder of Reddit.
Right, he sure fucking is, huh?
Well, they're on a yacht somewhere with blue water, so I'm gonna say the Caribbean, or Africa, and and you can't see nothing for miles. They are having a good time, but that's miles away, is what I'm saying. They just having a good time. That's all I see right there is just black excellence. Hey, Black History Month, baby. Happy Black History Month. Y'all do anything? Does anybody do anything for
I
Black
changed your
History Month?
thumbnail, by the way, Terry. I'm just testing out a different thumbnail for your Black History Month viral.
Okay.
Gone viral.
Yeah, go over to Nerds at Night and watch that
video.
The history of Black people going virals.
Right, and the more like I start looking at videos, doing my research, I keep coming up with more stuff I could add for next year. Like I'll see videos and be like, oh shit, I remember this guy, this person. God, I gotta do them next year.
Yeah,
this is that racism though, right here. KYKC reportedly refuses to play Beyonce's country singles as we are a country music station. It's a country music album, my guy. So why wouldn't you play it?
Racist.
All right, now you got to ask them if they would play Darius Rucker, though. Now, they also say they won't play any Darius Rucker, then they're super racist.
Well, I mean, like I think the thing is not just racism, it's just like the switch between being a pop star and and dropping a country music album. But I'm pretty sure Justin Timberlake did the same thing a few years ago and dropped a country music album. I doubt he fucking didn't play that.
I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this right now. Female country singers that are African American, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But let me tell you, I hate African American males who play country music, and it's.
So you hate Darius Rucker?
How do you hate Darius Rucker?
Hold on now. I got excuses. I got receipts. Okay, I don't hate Darius Rucker, but I'm not fucking with Darius Rucker because of one guy. Now, y'all probably be able to find him. I'm not going to say his name because I actually know him. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. He's a country musician as well, country singer. And I had met him out here before. I mean, met him out in Birmingham before I moved out here. And when I moved out here, me and my brother happened to see this nigga in traffic. In traffic. We see a dude from Birmingham, Alabama. Me and Alex from Birmingham, Alabama. We see a dude who I have met because he does music and we do music. He is now right here next to us. We exchange information. Let's get each other's numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga, first of all, he did never really hit me back. Like, he hit me back. We text back and forth. But then this nigga saw me somewhere after that and acted like he didn't know who the fuck I was. I was like, God damn. Is that how we really gonna be, black people? We just gonna, because he was in a room full of white folks. Now in traffic, he was all good. Like, hey, what's happening? Hey man, yeah, let's get together, man. Shit. What y'all move out here for? Music. He goes, oh shit. Hell yeah, let's go. Man,
that's that LA shit, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you niggas out there, but everybody I know that's either from LA or lives in LA does that shit. Like,
Not me, man.
They don't be making plans back. They don't ever hit you.
Yeah, no, they flaky out here for real.
Like, y'all flaky as fuck.
It's not y'all, because I'm not flaky. And also,
because I feel like once you get in LA, it like, because I know this girl from Dallas, and like she got like that, just got flaky, and like all the other people I met who weren't originally from LA are just like the LA ones. Like,
well, those are all it's always transplants. Like people from LA don't be on that time. Like it'd be people who ain't from here who think that they're gonna be famous one day.
Those transplants like that.
And they just think that they too cool because they are cooler than everybody that they grew up with, but they not cooler than everybody here. You got to relax when you come in here. Like when I first moved to LA, I realized I was on the right type of time moving here. Like, okay, everybody here moves on my speed. Cause like I went to apply for this job. Like me and Alex went on back then you would go on Craigslist at 3:00 in the morning. That's when they would post all the new jobs. You get on there at 3:00 in the morning and you wait for that shit to drop and you start applying, right? So I applied for like 6, 7 jobs. One of the jobs said you need to be there at 7 in the morning for the interview. I sent in my resume. I already got like a whole bunch of them printed out. That's how long ago this was. I got all of them printed out. I get there. They said to be there at 7. I get there at 6:30. It's probably like 6:25. I'm walking up. It's a line. I'm thinking, oh, this must be a little coffee shop. That's nice. They kind of busy. How about them niggas is all waiting to get the interview just like me, nigga? I was like, what? I thought I was going to be the first nigga here.
Yeah.
Like I'm 25 minutes early. 40 minutes early.
Yeah.
Then that's when I realized, oh, this city is on my type of time. I need to, everything I do, I got to be early. Like, so I was perfectly good moving here, man. Like it wasn't much of an adjustment. The adjustment was like not being able to go to a bar till 8:00 in the morning. That was the only adjustment because everything here closed at 2.
Yeah, I don't think I've lived in a place where the bars are open past 2, except for Japan now. I know New York be going out to like 4:00 in the morning and shit.
Yeah.
Chicago too.
I mean, they don't got no sense out here in LA. They don't have enough sense to drive around drunk at 4:00 in the morning, 8:00 in the morning. Like it is a big city, but late at night there ain't no traffic, so motherfuckers just be whoa.
I like driving around at night in Los Angeles because it's so weird.
There's nobody out
of like. You there at 3:00 in the afternoon, 2:00 in the afternoon, 5:00 traffic has already started. Everyone's everywhere. But come 1:00, 2:00 in the morning, it's dead. There's just nobody.
Nobody out. It's like I can always say this now, like because I'm a certain age in history. I lived through a certain time of history. We all did, but it's like being on the road during COVID. Like when you were on the road during COVID,
that was beautiful.
There was nothing out there, boy. I love that shit. Like in LA. Look, let me tell y'all what happened in LA. During COVID, the first 2 weeks, you wasn't supposed to be going nowhere, right? Just like hold your horses. Don't go no goddamn place. You can go outside, but don't go to work. Don't do this. Don't gather. Man, we went to the beach. It was crazy. It was like you had the whole beach to yourself. You had the whole world to yourself. And when we was driving back into the city on the beach, it was the clearest I ever seen LA. Like no smog anywhere, no pollution nowhere. I was like, damn, that skyline looked different. And we was like, oh shit, there's no pollution. We can, like, everything looks different. Like, it's the most beautiful place in the world today. Like, but it's just like a couple of days and not driving, you know what I'm saying? Like, makes people just really like be able to see what we supposed to be seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we actually live on a spectacular planet. We just do terrible shit.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen this city look that good since. Like, it's crazy. I kind of look. I know COVID was a terrible time. It was a bad thing, but I kind of won during COVID. I don't know about. Put it in the comments if you won during COVID. There's enough people here, and I didn't. I'm not
COVID
talking
is
about
why I started YouTube.
Yeah, COVID is how we
editing.
YouTube for the former Unfinished Bachelor crew, because Blake, that's when he really got into it and started doing like the TV show breakdowns. Because at first it was just him and Jeff, and they were watching Atlanta. And when they got towards the end of season 1, when they were watching it, that's when they hit me up. And they're like, you've been watching Atlanta this whole time. Do you want to come on and talk about it? And I was like, yeah, it's COVID. I'm not doing shit. I have nothing else to do. And that's how we got here. But yeah, I have to say I kind of won during COVID too, because that's when I also got into like playing around with crypto, and I decided I'd fuck Texas and move to Denver. And
I want some
fairly nice.
I want some crypto shit too. I was trading stocks and doing crypto. I actually lived off that for a little bit.
Sure did, bro. I sure fucking did.
No, so y'all used to play. That's basically a gambling app.
Yeah. Especially with Robinhood. I was like, Robinhood's just gambling. They literally made this. I mean, because the stock market is gambling, but the way they did it, I was like, yeah, this is just sports betting now.
Well, I was a musician still at the time of the pandemic. I was an actively playing musician at the time. So I just chalked up all the shows that I would have had and put that in my unemployment and just bam, sent that on out. Got me a good check every other week. It was good. You know what I'm saying? Saved a nigga's life. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really real. And I saved a lot of what I was getting. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't do no illegal shit to get it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't lie on nothing. Didn't try to get a PPP, which I could have qualified for.
I wish I could have got that PPP loan.
I could have qualified for one, but I was like, no. Y'all got me fucked up. Because no money is free money, my guy. So, like, I'm just like...
a lot of people go, at least 80% of the scammers found out it was free money. I was kind of mad. I was like, damn, this is the one scam where they didn't bust a lot of people.
Well, they actually have busted a lot of people over time. And then it's just a matter of time if they really want to keep pursuing it, because they can, because it's still just a paper trail. That's all it really is. It's like all I have to do is, follow the money. And also just watch sometimes you just watch a nigga's Instagram and you're fine. Also, you'll find all the shit that you need to find just right there on Instagram.
The self-snitching was the worst.
It was the worst, man.
It's just gotten so much worse. Just always snitching on. I think that's the whole of social media, is people just snitching or trying to make themselves look stupid as a troll.
Well, now think about it. The guys who murdered XXX Tentacion, they filmed it.
Yeah.
And then they filmed themselves with his chain and shit. They took the bag that he had that had the money in it. They filmed a music video with that bag and shit. Like, they did some wild shit. So, like, and you committed murder on the live. So, like,
that's clout for them or something. I don't know how it works, but
it's wild. Yeah, I
think just yesterday I was wild because I didn't see the conclusion of the trial when they sentenced all the murderers, but I was watching that yesterday of them getting sentenced, and they didn't have a single look of remorse on their face. They didn't look like they were sorry, crying, being told they're going to spend life in prison. They looked mad as hell at the judge for even sentencing them. Like he was in the wrong.
They be making.
Like, what is this where our youth is going?
This is why people believe in
God,
God and the devil.
This
is why people.
I'm doing right now.
This is why people believe in God and the devil, because honestly, you have to have something outside of yourself to explain like why somebody would do something crazy like this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so overwhelmingly insane. Like what they say.
I have the opposite approach, and this is for me a win for atheism, as in these people are crazy and there's nothing you can do, and that's just the world.
Right? No doubt. I'm just saying, but for those people who literally just can't handle that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what religion lives for. It exists for.
What is religion? It's either, well, there's two things. It's one, it's to help you cope with the craziness and scariness.
Right, cope. Yeah, cope. Yeah.
And two, I think it's also a tool to enslave the masses.
Before we go way too deep,
that's all I do, sir. I'll only go way too deep.
Is this you in Japan when you go to Japan? This is China.
This is China.
Well, they want to touch him because he's black?
Yeah, they do try and touch you everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch a nigga in his throat if you try to touch me. Well, I can't hear none.
你有什么？
是吧？你什么？哦，好的好的，这是你的奶奶是吧？哦，奶奶你好，你好你好你好，她很厉害。我9年，你会说英语吗？
对，叔叔讲可会。
你不会啊？
叔叔当然会了。
哦，但是你
Seeing this shit that always triggers me to one point where you know how they say if you could go back in time, would you change anything? And I was like, there's only one moment I would go back in time to change something about my life that would change my whole trajectory. Is that I had a straight from China teacher, math teacher from the 6th to 8th grade. And she was always trying to get us to learn Chinese. And we were asshole Catholic school private kids. So that I was
racist little fucking
we were racist little bastards to anyone that's not white or black. And there weren't even a lot of black people. So they were kind of racist black people. But
yeah.
The fucking Chinese lady walked in. Oh, she wasn't going to make it.
No, I feel you, dude. I wish that I'd have paid more attention to Espanol when I was in the 6th grade.
No, not me.
Hey, Miss T.
Hello to Miss T.
Miss T.
Join us tonight.
Well, the only reason I say I wish I paid more attention to Spanish is because I had a Colombian teacher. Like, she was from Colombia when I was in 6th grade, and I just pissed it all away. Also, I might have also been distracted by her booty.
I mean, I took Spanish in college, and
I took Spanish through.
I still pissed that all away.
I should have took it seriously. I take most everything seriously when it came to my education.
I can read it better than I can listen to it, and someone talking to me and me speak it back. It's like if you write it down, I'll have a better chance translating it.
I know a lot of curse words in Spanish.
Real quick, because since Miss T is just getting into the chat, I just wanted to say we're just talking tonight. We're just like you're just joining in on Hangout session.
Yeah, well,
you have a topic that you would like to share. We want to hear, yeah.
Anything welcome to or anything. Welcome to the Bantha Bunch show with your boy Bill. We're gonna be doing this every Tuesday. This show is supposed to be for the members only, but right now we're not doing the members only. It's Black History Month. You should deserve it for free, right? You get it for free. So next 2 or 3 weeks, it'll be up for free. Maybe 4 weeks. I don't know, but it's going to go back to being for the members only. You'll pay. All you have to do is join, and it'll be 99 cents a month. But if you can't do that, we do go live every Monday, 8 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Every Monday. So check us out. 9 be there sometimes. Producer T be there sometimes. Excuse me. We have a producer P here. And yeah, producer T be there sometimes. Jeff be there with us sometimes. The whole 9 Nerd Yards crew, Kirsten, Blake, it's going down, man. Make sure you join us every Monday.
So yeah, we're going pretty late right now, but
yeah,
we're just all just chilling, to be honest.
But yeah,
they join late. I mean, technically, we're only going 2 hours with y'all. I mean, with you 9, because I went for an hour by myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh, I was
welcome. I mean, I'm talking about talking though.
I was here. Yeah, right.
You were here, but I was just talking. I'm telling you, talking for an hour. I see why motherfucking radio stations give they niggas a break, man. You need a break.
Yeah,
you do need a break. I'm gonna start taking a music break, like a 2-minute music break. Just play a music break every 35 minutes or something.
Right. I mean, yeah, you got music you can share. How do you guys feel about Travis Kelce's reaction to everybody seeing that he did that? I was just telling him how much I love him.
I think that he gave a better explanation than that, but I think that, like, obviously, if he was black and he did that, he would be a problem. If Randy Moss had did that to Bill Belichick, it'd have been a problem. If Jamar Chase does that to his coach, Jason Taylor, right now, it's going to be a problem. So we know what would have happened if it was the other way around. But, Travis Kelce has got the complexion for the correction. He got the complexion to do that kind of stuff. So that's how it goes down. Now, Miss T says thoughts on all the Monique drama. Now, if y'all don't know what she's talking about, Monique was, why would you? You definitely know what she's talking about. But Monique was on
Club Shay Shay interview.
Club Shay Shay. I'm so glad that she just mentioned that, because now I got a reason to put that tag in here on this video. Yeah, she was on Club Shay Shay and she was talking a lot of crazy stuff. I don't know specifically what you want us to talk about, but she did bring up.
What was she talking about?
She talked about a lot of shit. So one of the most specific things that she talked about was her situation with DL Hughley. And
why are all these comedians starting to be when do comedians beef with each other? When has that ever been a fucking thing? And why are we bringing that into 2024?
Well, the thing is, there are comedians who do that, and most of them don't do it, right? Like,
most of them don't do this.
But the situation is, there's been a lot of beef over the years in comedy world. You know what I'm saying? Black comedy world. Now,
the black comedy world, bro.
Yeah, because you don't see white comics fighting, and you know what I'm saying. Like they do fight though. Like
they do fight. I know
they do fight, but you don't hear them talking about it in public.
Like this.
They don't be talking about it in public though. They don't be putting airing their shit out. Like I'm trying to remember some situations that happened with some white comics, because I do know some, but I'll try to remember that later. But
I'll bring it
stick to the
just sticking to this situation. DL Hughley and Monique did a show together, and she claimed that, if I'm not mistaken, Miss T can correct me if I'm wrong, but she claimed that she was supposed to be the headliner in one of the shows, and then they bumped her to the second act. And she was very upset about it, and she said she didn't get paid correctly or whatever. But DL vehemently disagrees. He said that she was always the second act. She was never supposed to be on the headliner. She also, basically asked him to be on this show, and he, let her be on the show because he was like looking out for her. He was like, I don't have a relationship with you like that, but you are cool as far as I know in the times I work with you. So, I'll help you out. And I feel like she resented that to a certain degree. Like, she had to take help from this dude to a certain degree, which is why I think she handled it so rough. Like, man, I think it was a Detroit show where she like went off and started talking shit about him, started talking shit about a whole bunch of other people. Like, it got to a certain point where it was untenable. They were on tour together now, so it became untenable for them to continue their relationship professionally. And then he had her on his radio show, and she was supposed to have had an interview on there. They did the whole interview. They asked her some questions. DL Hughley was not present during this interview, so his co-host did all the questions. But when the interview was over, Monique said she wanted the shit taken down. You know what I'm saying? So what happened? She calls DL Hughley. He's like, I heard her out. She said she didn't want the shit to go up. He felt like it was a stupid reason that she gave him, but he didn't say what the reason she gave him. But he said, okay, we took it down because he was like, because I respected her at the time. I felt like, you know, she could speak her piece. She felt like it wasn't something that she wanted on the platform. So I went on about my business. He said, I took it down, went on about my business. But then she started going off on him in the interview, talking about how, you know, he was forced to take it down because, you know, to kill the interview because her lawyers got involved in all this shit. And he's just like, oh, look, man, none of these things have happened. She lied. And she also told people that his child got molested and he watched or whatever. Basically, like, he let it happen. He let his child get molested is what she basically insinuated. There's a lot going on in that Monique interview. She talked about a lot of people. So it's crazy. Miss T said the memo versus the contract. We gotta look that one up.
This is not gonna air. I said the fucking ain't, right? And I thought it would. 5 to 10 minutes later, the people from Kiss FM and MS Communication came down, took that tape, said if it airs, you'll never work on radio again. Took it from everybody. Said this.
Oh, that's the Bill Cosby.
I'm telling, that's true shit. I swear that on my kids. So I know he's powerful enough to make that happen.
So now you don't think so you're telling this story now.
This is a Bill Cosby story.
No, this is not. No, this is.
You told the story.
Oh yeah, I swear to God.
Yeah,
See, people only hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Like I had known this for a long time and said it a long time ago. I remember I was on Tom Joyner's show. He's the one that got me my radio show, and I was on his show.
So yeah, this is the conversation that he had about Bill Cosby, who had a bad interview, and
you can be profound. You can
where DL Hughley brought up him drugging women and sleeping with them. Yeah, DL Hughley is a real one. I've never heard. I can say this. I've never heard DL Hughley lie on microphone. Like, and the reason I can say that is because he's very self-deprecating and aware of his flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just self-deprecating to be self-deprecating or funny. He's self-deprecating like he's admitted that he's cheated on his wife. You know what I'm saying? He's admitted that he might not be able to not cheat on his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, going forward, like, there's nothing saying that I'm not going to cheat on her again. Like, but not to a negative way, but to speak to his flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking to it, the sense of like, not like, yo, fuck my wife, but like to the sense of like, yo, I have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work on it every day. I'm trying to work on myself type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just too deep. And he's funny as hell. So, you know, so he just makes a great comedian, in my opinion. But also, that nigga's a blood. Did y'all know DL Hughley is a blood?
Sure, I thought he was a pastor. Look at him right now.
He's just one of the kings of comedy. No, but like, yeah, he used to be a blood. Look at all them tattoos on his hand, for God's sakes. Like, yeah, but she said
he was the headliner on the contract and showed proof. Monique said she was a headliner in a memo. Okay.
Yeah, but
her daddy,
But she wasn't the headliner because the
on Club
as-
Station talked about how she was on the show and somebody, you know, they played a game, Would You Rather? And I guess she felt like they insulted her husband's sexuality, which is interesting because she can always talk shit about everybody else's sexuality. But I guess her husband's sacrosanct. He's off limits. But a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full. But she talked about, well, she didn't actually call her lawyer. Who the fuck would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer, you mean the lawyer that did your contract? The lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto Got Him and Gone, that lawyer? Who the fuck afraid of him?
Ghetto Got Him and Gone.
Name right on the ticket. He goes right on a legal document. It didn't happen because we decided it shouldn't happen. You didn't need to, because we respect people. We don't have to do things for clicks. They took it off because you asked me to, because I respected you at the time. You also talked about how I disrespect you on so many platforms. But you have this impeccable memory where you can tell to the degree, well, who did what to you and why and what happened, where you were. But you can't pull up one time on any platform that I said anything about you at all, because you know you're lying. You got that piece of paper and that big ass memory, but you can't pull one up. My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique. About how my children, families are uplifted. They weren't when you were running across Vegas. I mean, the stage in Detroit. They weren't when you talking shit on social media. When you got your ass whipped and your tickets dropped, then they became off limits. But let's do this. Let's decide that you will treat my children like you treat yours, like you don't know them, invisible.
Ooh.
Like you're estranged. Like you're unfamiliar, like you don't know them. You also intimated that I was a coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me.
Goddamn.
I would never let my woman get evicted from her apartment. I would never let my woman has to ask another man for money. I'd never do that. Can your old man say the same? He loves you. Of course, he got to say that. You claim him on your taxes. He's a dependent. He's sitting with you right now. And everything. Because it ain't like he does anything else. But you never address the salient point. I said that if you spent as much time writing your Netflix special as you did arguing about getting it, it wouldn't have been trash. It was. I didn't say it.
Damn.
I defy anybody out there. Stop listening to me. Watch it. Read the reviews. Read the reviews. You beg for something. You made valid points that women are underpaid, that they're not valued. That's absolutely right. So you would think that when you got a chance to do something that you could argue for, you'd be up for the challenge, but you shit the bed because you never are ready for it, because all you ever do is complain about what you don't have. You're never ready for the moment because you're always living in the past. I said it. If you spend half of your time doing
preaching
about who didn't do for you and what they did for you, you'd be a lot further along. You wouldn't be evicted. You wouldn't be working for your man. You wouldn't be asking other comics for money. So you got all the ingredients. Take that piece of paper that you're running down the list with, and that pen that you got, and that daddy sitting next to you, and do what you can't do what you never do. Write a fucking joke.
God damn.
And he went off.
God.
I don't remember Monique ever really except for like the stuff that was written for her on a TV show, right?
Monique, you can go look up a lot of Monique's so there's a sketch show where they used to do Yo Mama jokes and shit like that, cracking on each other. That's the first television appearance for Monique, and I think also Tracy Morgan was on there. Tracy Morgan was on there. Maybe no, I was gonna say Corey Holcomb, but maybe not. But maybe he was on there. But there was a lot of people on there. But they used to just make fun of each other, crack on each other, like whoever won. But she has some jokes like that, you know.
I pause this real quick because I hate when articles do this. Because I do think this is a good joke. Celebrity Deathmatch needs to come back just for DLP.
It does.
That's a good joke, I would say. But when articles post this or put this in the article, and it only has like 39 views and 0 likes. It's like, what the fuck are you like actually reporting on? It's just a weird thing, you know? It's just a weird.
I mean, to me, Reddit is really weird. I don't get it. They banned me. They banned us. We're banned. So fuck Reddit. But you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna
do? You got Tiffany Haddish co-signing on this. That's ruthless right there.
Tiffany Haddish co-signing.
Tiffany Haddish is always in.
Oh yeah, man.
Some drama, man.
Well, she's also a stand-up, so she probably had bad experiences with Monique as well.
I know a lot of people don't like Tiffany Haddish that much.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like her because she's always just like speaking on shit that like really doesn't concern her that much, though. But
you know, I saw her throw up.
It's just a little tea.
Well,
like in real life.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay. It was at South by Southwest, 2018 or 2019, and what is? Hold on, I gotta like look up that show. Tracy Morgan's show. What was that show that he had?
Tracy Morgan show. That's what it was called.
No.
The Last OG. Yeah,
The Last OG.
Ah.
So yeah, it was 2018. They were showing the premiere of like the first 2 episodes of The Last OG, and they were doing a Q&A afterwards. I actually got to ask a question to him, and I got that recorded, so that was funny. But after, and she was there too, answering questions because she's on the show. But after, yeah, that's me. I was like right after. So the red carpet happens first, and they go in, show it, do the Q&A, and then at that venue, I know where all the celebrities go depart at, where they leave at. And I was like, I'm going to get me a bad picture with Tracy Morgan because at the time I was the worst selfie taker in the world. And it's a garbage selfie. I still got that hope, but it's a garbage selfie. And so I go into the back, and lo and behold, there's those 2 SUVs blacked out. The security's all right there. And I'm talking to the security guy because they know me. And they're like, you waiting for Tracy, huh? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm waiting for Tracy. And then boom, they come out. Tracy comes up, and I see Tiffany go to the side of the SUV, and all of a sudden she's just, and I'm like, oh damn.
Okay.
And so what I'm thinking is maybe she has like anxiety vomits, like I do too.
No, she was trying to drink with Tracy Morgan, and that's something you don't do.
Like, no, because they weren't drinking during the whole premiere of the show. I didn't see any alcohol go up to them.
Well, see, we take flasks around here in LA.
He must have been taking flasks and drinking hard like that. But then, yeah, all of a sudden she's just puking behind that SUV. And then I'm like, are you all right? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then she gets into the car, and then Jason comes up, and he's like, oh, you want a picture? I'm like, hold on, let me check on my wife, make sure she's all right. I'm going to get you a picture with you soon. And then he takes a picture with me, and he's like still turning around, looking at other things, being Tracy Morgan and ADD. I was fuck.
Right.
Is that picture on your Instagram?
Let me pull that up on the screen right now.
He said, hey, come on over here, Terry.
Yeah, just like in his voice. See, you want to take a picture?
You want to take a picture? Yeah, I met Tracy Morgan one time behind backstage at the Stardome. He was like sitting there with one shoe off. He had Timberlands on. He had one Timberland off, sitting next to him in this like barber chair, makeup chair, and he was looking at me, looking out the window, looking out towards the doorway, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's Tracy Morgan." He was looking at me like, "What the fuck?" And he just walks up to me. And he goes, "Are you scared?" And I was like, "No." He goes, "You should be." And he just closes. He just slams the door. I mean, if we all could just get so lucky that we get a Tracy Morgan story. I do want to bring this up.
Here we go.
While Nine's looking for that, I do want to pull this one up right here.
Like you see me standing completely still for this picture.
I'm about to pull it up, Terry, after this one.
Did it pull up?
Your mom's so dumb. The bitch got fired from a blowjob.
This is Tracy Morgan and Monique.
Yeah, it's the show I was talking about.
But the bitch got fired for drinking on the job.
Oh man, so yeah, that's what I was basically saying. You know, like Monique
This
has
is
some
the
jokes.
most blurry. Like
But
I
look
like
at
how
this.
you're in
I'm
focus, and
standing
then like Tracy
perfectly
Morgan
still,
is
and this nigga
like
will not
he's
stay
just
still
like
for
this.
shit.
His face looks like he can feel the movement of his face. Like he can feel the blur. That's how his face looks like. Hey yo, that
That's
photo's
how it
gonna be
looks like when he
fucked up.
looks in the mirror.
So yeah, that was the time I met Tracy Morgan.
Did y'all see that black boy come up on me, take a picture, selfie? That nigga photo gonna be blurrier than a motherfucker. I ain't see nothing. Pull over here and let me get some ding dongs.
Probably, but yeah, that was Tracy Morgan. And what was funny, nobody knows where these people always exit and entrance. So I was like the only one there too. So he didn't have
that
like,
is an amazing story.
Mobbing them. That's the same way I met the dude. What was that other fucking movie called? It was the movie that was shot in all like first person. That stunts movie.
Wait, like the Watcher?
Hardcore Henry.
Oh.
Man, that was such a deep cut. That shit was so deep. You might be a serial killer, how deep that cut was.
Hardcore Henry. Oh yeah.
That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just never heard of it.
Yeah, I remember this.
If you get dizzy watching stuff, it's definitely not the fucking movie for you.
Yeah.
No, I love 40X, so I'm good.
Oh, well, then yeah, you should definitely go see Hardcore Henry. I wish they would re-release Hardcore Henry in a 4DX because that would be amazing.
Film Age was telling me the other day, I can't remember which day, The Tourist is a good show. Now, The Tourist has 97%.
Oh, I wanted to say that too. That's why because I've been watching The Tourist.
It's a 97% match for me on Netflix, which is usually really good because I'm really good about curating my shit on Netflix specific. Like I don't let nobody else watch nothing on my Netflix. Like I don't watch nothing unless I really intend to like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think I might like, I don't even test nothing on my shit because if I test it, it gets thumbs down. I'm very serious about my thumbs down.
Oh yeah. Me too. If I don't
YouTube, on YouTube, I don't like thumbs down and stuff because I don't like, you know, like I know somebody out here really working hard trying to get, you know, this affects their shit. This affects their shit. I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm not gonna do nothing, but you know, like I don't want to see this again. I don't want to see this channel again. Let me ask y'all a question. Have you ever watched a YouTube channel and then been like, yeah, this sucks? This is not good.
There's a lot of YouTube channels out here making money right now that are literally just AI generated content, or they're just
no, definitely,
or just rage bait
article.
I hate
rage bait.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask. Well, the reason now aside from you're absolutely right about the AI YouTubers. I'm just talking about the ones who are real people who just suck. They just not good. Like the editing's bad and
conservative black people. Like
we did start getting that too.
Conservative black.
We started getting that too.
Doing the "Don't show me this channel again. I am not interested." I kept hitting that because I kept getting conservative black people. And the fucked up part was like sometimes they'd talk about shit, and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, I feel that." And I'd go off on something else. Like, no, I can't start watching this. I'm not giving this.
Because you know what happens is when you're watching something like that, people you do have some people, you know, where sometimes it's like a Venn diagram and you overlap and you happen to agree with them every once in a while, but also I always call it a broke clock is right twice a day.
Exactly. Yeah, I say that. That's the phrase that I permanently say.
So every once in a while, they can't talk that long and not be right every once in a while.
Because that one of the videos he was doing was the conservative black dude I was watching he was talking shit on the Pink Lady sauce, like before it really like blew up and we found out that she he was like one of the first ones to call her out, and I was like, yeah, I bet she is terrible. And then everything terrible happened because of her. And I was like, yep, he was right. But then he started getting on other stuff, and Trump's right. And I was like, oh, no, too much. Or it's like, I like guns. I'm a Texan. I got a couple guns. Sometimes I watch gun videos, but then that just opens up a whole can of worms into crazy conservative Trump to a people that you'll get YouTube recommendations from.
Yeah.
It's a lot because like I like
didn't we give her the fumble the bag award because she fumbled that bag
fumble bag of 2023 one of so much but for me it's the gaming channels like that I typically have to tread lightly on because like I'm a gamer. I love like gaming news and like seeing what's up and coming or whatever,
and it's always AI.
No, it's not always AI. I'm saying like the people, like the actual people that are commenting, or like the commentators on it. Gamers are some of the worst fucking people on YouTube.
I got a suggestion for you, and
they're some of the worst people in America.
He only
a lot of those guys are on 4chan and
they're all like the incel, that's why it's really women hate any type of representation in video games.
That's why it's really hard for me to get into anime. Really like I know y'all are into anime, and I was into anime like when anime was at the beginning.
I'm gonna stop right there. If you want anime, you want to get into it, that's not creepy, come to BlurredCon.
No. It's not the anime that's creepy. It's not. That's not the anime
fan base.
No. The animes is not. Yeah, it's the fan base.
It's the fan base.
It's not.
So that's what I'm saying. Come to BlurredCon, get you a new perspective of a fan base.
It's not the perspective. It's just that when you're going online and you're looking for, it's not the perspective. It's just that when you go online and you're going to go to deal with the shit, it's the same shit that you hear in the video games when you're playing live or you might be online.
It's usually the same people.
It's the same people, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's the same people, and that's what makes it hard to be on it. Like, I don't post nothing anime on my social media because I don't want nobody to grab it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to pick that up and come over, and because the people that it'll attract, there's many good people out there that it does attract. There's more negative people out there
who are gonna comment more and interact with you for
they louder
reason.
Right, they louder.
That's why I'm hesitant about doing all the Japan stuff because that's just gonna bring out the fucking weirdos. I was just on the comments.
Oh no, yeah.
I was talking. This dude was talking about if you with that new visa that they're implementing, and people were kind of talking shit about it because it's a shitty visa. And he was like, yeah, I don't think you could do anything in 6 months but get a bank account. And I was like, oh, actually, you can't even get a bank account in 6 months. You got to be a citizen. And, that was that. I was just saying, nah, you can't even do that. And then somebody came on and was like, well, you should do this PayPal thing and do this and do that. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do all that. I just hired a lawyer for my shit and bought a house. And then they came back, well, not everybody can do that. And everyone was like, bruh, I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Right.
So I can't buy.
Who are you? Why are you talking to me? And then they're acting like, well, you responded back. I was like, because you talked to me first. Are you that fucking autistic that you don't know how conversations work? Like, I wasn't talking to you at all. And you're trying to have this conversation with me about your time in Japan that I don't give a fuck about. And all those Japanese weird weeb, like our Japan. Don't go to our Japan. It's the worst Reddit ever. I thought it would be useful for shit, but no, it's a bunch of mean ass white weebs that think they're better than everybody because they escaped Europe.
I may I'll probably go to Blurred Bash this year because that's in May 26th.
Blurred Bash is okay. I don't know. I tried to holler at the main people who are in contact with it, and they're kind of brushing me off. I was like, all right, niggas, and fuck y'all, then. We don't have to work together for nothing.
Maybe I can,
oh, shit. I forgot to ask Alex if he did, Movie Files, y'all, sent us some stuff so we can get screeners. So we can apply so we can get screeners for shit.
Yeah.
Did you use it? Did he send it to you, 9?
No, I'm pretty sure he sent me
sent it previously.
Couple of those, yeah, same resources.
Yeah, man. I didn't ask Alex if he did anything yet. We need to
signed up for that in theater screener things that come out where like the movie's about to come out like usually like 2 or 3 weeks before it comes out. They'll come to certain cities and you can go watch the movie and then they ask for your opinion.
Oh no, it's called end screeners.
No, it's GoFobo.
Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah, I did do that. Yeah, and that's been pretty interesting.
They would do one for Doom.
Yeah, I was actually hoping that they would be more. I don't know. They don't really, or at least in my area in Chicago, it's kind of crazy that they don't have that many screeners. Actually,
yeah, because even Denver's kind of popping. Like I'll get one like every 3 weeks. There'll be a new movie screening. It's always random shit.
Let me tell you something. Alex used to get screeners all the time. Alex used to be a journalist for this online publication, and you have to review movies. Oh man, that shit was bad because a lot of them would be bad. But they sent us this documentary one time, and Alex was just like, "We ain't had nothing to do. We sitting around broke. We just moved to LA." Like he was like, "You want to watch this screener?" I got another screener. You want to watch it? We were like, I was, all right, yeah, go ahead and put it in. Man, he put that shit in. It was God Loves Uganda. I don't know if anybody's seen it or heard of it.
We were talking about this before, yeah.
Yeah, I just mentioned it like that he did it in passing, but let me tell you what happened with God Loves Uganda. It is crazy. It's talking about the missionaries and how they went in there. Oh, I talked about it on the members only. A little bit, just a little bit, because we talked about the mission, that crazy ass documentary.
That's when you mentioned it.
Yeah. So they had the missionary that went out to Uganda, and it talks about how they use Christianity to basically take over these areas, you know what I'm saying? Just like old school times, colonization, but not with like plotting your flag and taking their land, but you taking their mind. You know what I'm saying? You taking their mind, you controlling them with religion. But what happened is over decades, you have people in Uganda who are just like looking at us basically like we fucking up because we not strong enough in our religion because we got gays letting them gays be around, and so they kill people over there if they gay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they mutilate you if you get raped and shit like that. So it's like it's some backwards ass line of thinking because they reading the Bible page for page, word for word, and if you reading it like that, then this is how it goes down, right? Like that's how the Bible is a crazy. If you hate religion but you like a good story, the Bible is the number one book for you. Like, even if you don't believe in none of the shit in it, I highly recommend the Bible because it's got everything in it. It's got everything in it. It's got...
Yeah. Like, if the Bible came out today, conservatives would be trying to ban it.
Yeah, because they'd be like, this is a blasphemy. Like, no, man. Yeah. If you literally wrote the Bible damn near word for word, but paraphrasing it, if you could paraphrase the Bible into about 300 pages, you would fucking people would lose their fucking mind. And also, you would make $1 billion. It would be $1 billion.
Now you're saying this, I'm trying to think to myself, I was like, man, maybe I should just rewrite the Bible with other
Dude, it's got betrayal. It's got sex. It's got
murder.
It's got murder. It's got war.
Genocide.
It's got slavery. It's got espionage. It's got genocide. It's got rescue. It's got
supernatural.
It's the supernatural. It's got goddamn takeover, conquering. It's got science. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got everything. It's got everything, dude. The Bible is a gnarly book, but it's also a book. Now, y'all, plenty of people believe in it and all that stuff. That's cool. I'm not discounting nobody, nothing. I'm just saying if you don't believe in God At least if you don't believe in the Bible as it is constructed, read it though, because it's fucking good read. Like if you just like a good book.
And honestly, when you say things like that, the most people that I know who've actually read the Bible from cover to cover and not just little snippets are atheists and non-believers.
I've read it cover to
People
cover.
who have read the Bible, or it's
Yeah.
Catholic, and then you just read the Bible, you'll stop believing.
It's like
my grandmother used to make us read the Bible when we would like be too loud or whatever. She'd be like, "Y'all just going in there. You need to be."
You know what was creepy? My
the
favorite
Bible.
part of the Bible that I would always make them read to me was all the stories of Revelation.
The Revelation be hitting hard. That's like, look, the Old Testament is.
I was like, oh yeah, boy, I can't wait for this shit.
The Old Testament is 80s hip hop, and then the New Testament is 90s hip hop. Like that's how I feel about it. Like it's like when it really pops off. You know what I'm saying? It gets grimy in the second. In this, like, you know, it's like a story being told with a whole bunch of backstories at the beginning, and then boom, the New Testament Revelations like is like the goddamn third act. It's the third act of all third acts. It's crazy. A nigga get his ear chopped off, and then you know what? Like, fucking, it's got aliens in it. You know what I'm saying? It's got all kind of shit, man. Bible is crazy, bro. Monsters, aliens, humans. Niggas living to 1,000 years old and shit, like giants. I'm ready for the Bible movie. Let's go. We need to quit having. Remember, they used to do that all the time back in the old Hollywood, like the Moses. Not like the shit that they did with Christian Bale. I'm not talking. Those are remakes. There's so many Bible stories. How come they always just use the same ones? You know, we could do so many. They need to do an Enoch or Job. I don't know if y'all know who Job is, but that shit would be
worst stories in the Bible.
Exactly, man. That shit would be so dope. Would that not be a good like TV show, like mini series?
You're just getting shit on.
Yeah, dude, getting shit on the whole time. Like, you know what? How about this? Like I said, don't make it about the Bible. Just take that story and boom, write you a movie. You can write you a fucking script off of each chapter in the Bible. I'm trying to give out these goddamn gems right now. I'm fucking look. If you're watching right now and then you go do what I just told you to do, you'll be a millionaire by the end of the 2020s. I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm out here doing is spreading love, baby. But seriously, I'm about to get off here and write. I'm about to get off here and write a script from the Bible.
Y'all remember
Get 142 pages. Say that again.
You remember the Book of Eli?
Yeah,
I remember that movie.
God, that was a dumb movie.
It was an interesting choice.
They're making a prequel with.
Is that what the second one's supposed to be? The prequel? That's what I was trying to look.
With who?
Prequel. I want to say Boyega, but it also might be his son. Let me see here.
It should be John David Washington. I would like it if it's Boyega though. That'd be cool too. We can't lose if that happens, right? We can't lose. Is he gonna be blind in the prequel? Or is he gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Like, was he blind?
It's a prequel series. Let's see here.
Or is it gonna be like Captain America? I mean, Captain Marvel, where we had to like.
Boyega.
Is it gonna be like Captain America, where we had to wait till he lost his eye?
Series.
Like this is it. This is the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I just know it's John Boyega attached.
Shout out to John Boyega. He's a real MVP, Black All-Star.
This is how we need to start doing our streams. Because it's a Chinese live streamer who spends only 3 seconds promoting each product, made 18 million in 7 days.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm never doing nothing that these motherfuckers do. Look at how much shit she got though. Like, look behind her. Those are all boxes. They're the same box.
I like the way she's tossing shit though.
But that's the thing, man. What do y'all think about
like,
this happens all the time. What do y'all?
What's the point?
She's not doing shit. She's not doing shit. And what about them dudes who be like, hey, 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 you're a rock star. You're a rock star.
Seconds.
You're a rock star.
Less than 30 seconds.
What's that shit called? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Where people do that shit? Where they like,
what?
They like, hey, 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 hey.
Hey, like
you're a rock star.
Streamers that are like,
you're a rock star,
doing all the weird.
You're a rock star. I'm like,
NPC people.
Yeah,
let me tell you something, man.
NPCs react.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me be the first one. If you ain't heard it, let me be the first one to tell it. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's some old mind. That's some old. Nah, man, I guarantee you. Look, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist. Not really. But I guarantee you. Say that again.
I said if I saw somebody being an NPC in real life, I would assault and rob them and scream, "I'm a main character. I'm a main character."
Okay, I'm so glad that you just said what they are. I'm so glad you just said what they are because I didn't know what an NPC was. I didn't know it was called NPC, but I really believe
it stands for non-playable character. Yeah,
that shit is a government plant from the Chinese government to make niggas dumber with motherfucking coding. See, that's coding. That timing, the timing.
Listen, all of it is to make people dumber.
Yeah.
No, it is, but I'm just yes. Hey, it is all to make you dumber, but everybody got different motives for different for different things. So that's why the formats change or are different because everybody has different motivations, right? So I'm just saying, look at the patterns. You know what I'm saying? It's just math. Look at the patterns of that shit. It's just it's just math.
You got the whole board. You got the murder board connecting the strings. Talking about main character. This is from the subreddit. I'm the main character, and the funny thing is people don't know that this. Well, I'm just.
Let's go! Oh my God!
This happens every year. This happens every year.
They're always fake. It's all fake. They buy a TV on clearance, and then they fuck it up for the.
I don't know. That nigga's face looks like that's real. His face looks like real
every single year.
No, there are dudes who've done this that is real. Like it's
right here.
Cowboys fans. It's usually Cowboy fans.
I ain't gonna say that. I'm not saying this is real. I'm not saying this is real, but there are some real ones. Like there are a couple verifiable.
We're not gonna get on video like that.
I'm never gonna sell out not sell out, but like act like I just can't do. I understand sketches, but these aren't sketches. You know what I mean? These, people like
they are because they're sketches. Like,
right.
But that's what I'm saying. But these aren't sketches though. Like sketches a sketch comedy is an art form. It has a punchline. Exactly. It has a setup. They have a tag. You know what I'm saying? You tell a joke, you have a tag here, and you bring it back, and you have a punchline. These things are comedy.
I don't get, like, why do you think this is funny? It's like
it gets engagement.
Make yourself look like an unstable, crazy person.
It gets engagement.
But see, that's the thing. It started out with somebody actually doing it, then it becomes a wave of pretending.
Mm-hmm. Like I bet this is just the replay. and they accounted for literally every variable. So like they would switch out, jerseys.
That's why.
To
Yeah,
the
look
guy
at
that's
everything
going to-
wide
yeah.
open.
It's just
Ain't no couches. Ain't no couches in there, so
Yeah.
they ain't want nobody to run into nothing.
And these guys are just like popular fucking Instagram TikTokers, and they.
But what's the real point?
Yeah, see, and that's another thing. So if that was fucking Roberto, you know what I'm saying, and he had 27 fucking followers on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, then I'd be like, okay, that's this. I think this is real. You know what I mean? And then these are niggas who already had viral videos from before. You know what I mean? And this is how you know this is fake. The way he jumped up in the
way he picks up,
this is just so stupid.
Like a child.
But the way he jumped up in the air to hit the damn TV in the first place, and then old buddy moves out the way, like,
and then she starts wiping down the TV.
Yeah, what is the point in wiping it down? Like, what would you think? It didn't get wet, bitch. Like he punched it.
Yeah, it's
no. Go back. Yeah, go back to because what's old buddy right here wearing the Mahomes jersey? Like
he just put that on for this video, bro.
Yeah, he got a 49ers jersey in there. See, he pushed him into it. You saw it? Go back. He pushed him into it. He pushed the nigga into the watch. His right hand is gonna push. Boom.
No, he didn't like push him into.
No, but that's not what you're gonna do if you're trying to. If somebody about to jump into the TV, that's not what you're gonna do. He put the little back hand
he was about to go for the hug.
Nope. Boom. His left arm is down. His left arm is straight down. Look at it again. Pull it real slow. You can do it. You can do it slow.
It's just the way he gets carried like a child.
Look at his left hand down. He put his left hand and his left hand slaps his right side like, I'm pushing this dude. He pushed him.
I feel like he's giving them
look,
he's already
fake. This is
I'm just saying this is proof that it's fake. This is more proof that it's fake.
Why would he be like, go do it? He's like giving them that go do it push.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is him giving him a little boost to make it more fake.
Speaking of, since we're on
or make it more real, but it's faker.
Shit for clout. Mine would be the Suki Hana interview that she just did, where she said that she is not a magician. She
Suki.
You said what? Suki Hana?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who that is.
American TV personality. I know. But what about it?
What was she on, like Love and Hip Hop or Real Housewives?
Suki with the good coochie.
Yeah.
Suki with the good coochie.
But she had an interview with that white.
She have to prove it.
Interviewing people. What is her name? Bobby Althoff.
Oh, that was definitely hold on. That was definitely just like her just activate. It's just rage bait.
But still, why?
With that one chick that just
want to be like, hey, I want you to be on my show, and I want you to be as mentally retarded as possible, so people think you're not. She's like, okay, I love that.
He's not a magician.
Why? Why would your troll act to be so? Haha, I trolled you. You think I'm stupid? Okay, that was your troll. It was to trick me into thinking you're stupid. You could have just said I'm stupid and didn't have to go through half that shit.
Good. Here, let me see. I'm gonna have to. It's probably just gonna be the most replayed or whatever. The really good podcast is what she calls it.
Man, speaking of which, go to whatever voting booth you need to go to make sure we get podcast of the year. We're going for it. We're going for it.
But then after that, you just said I do.
What the fuck is this?
I make music.
This is it right here. Here, let me see here.
I act. I'm a TV star too, a young model.
I just really quick. I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't.
Uh-huh.
No, you thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said.
No,
I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you
think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby, I do music.
So you just really quick for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's like
you act.
Like, come on. But I mean, that's the whole stick of the show.
Let me tell you something. The reason I hate this, let me tell you something. The reason I viscerally hate this right now is because this was like having I had a roommate who was just like this black girl right here. And yeah, this is me. This white girl is me having the same conversations with this bitch. Like it was a very annoying time in my life.
I can imagine. That does sound like, I mean, I'm not doubting that there's people like this. I just know that this whole podcast is like an act and like whatever.
Yeah, like
it's supposed to be weird and
when
awkward.
I saw it, I was like, wait, I think I've seen her interviews before where they all do this shit, but I don't get it. Why is
it's two ferns. It's the two ferns. They stole
two ferns
ferns.
is hilarious though. And
I'm just saying that this is two ferns with the TikTok kind of vibe to it. Or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? Like Instagram.
That's amazing. I didn't know that about
I mean, if I want to see shitty interviews with people that are fake, I'm gonna watch the Eric Andre show. At least that nigga is hilarious.
Yeah. That nigga's hilarious. Also taller than I thought in person. I didn't think he was gonna be as tall as he was, but he was cool. He took a sticker from me. He didn't want to take it. But I said something funny. He was mad we ain't had no more burgers.
I never like met him. I think I said hi to him in passing. So I don't know if you know this comedian Doug Benson.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm like he's the aforementioned stoner comic. He did that movie Super High Me.
And he like just
I know him. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Weed that much. Like, I mean, he now smokes weed, but he
didn't know. That was the point of the.
He didn't.
That was the point of the movie, though. That was the point of the movie. Like, he didn't really smoke, and he was like, "I'm gonna smoke, get high."
It gets to
I'm pretty sure he smoked way before that.
No, you gotta go rewatch the. You gotta go rewatch it. He was like, "I smoked before, but I never." He's not. I'm not a smoker. Like, I'm not an avid smoker. So
just the way that like he kind of co-opted it into his identity a little bit too much. Where I'm like, bro, what?
I think he really. No, go back. Y'all forgot about Super High Me, man. He
watch this shit because I hang out with him at least 3 or 4 times a year.
You got to go back and watch it. He literally has this arc of growth. That's the reason it's a dope movie. It's like he starts out as a dude who's like, oh, I used to smoke weed. I smoke weed every once in a while, but I'm not always smoking. I'm like, I'm not a smoker. Like, so
well, like, no, I know.
Hold on, but then
Harry actually talks to this motherfucker all the time.
I know, but you got to go rewatch the movie because in the movie is when he literally is like, remember he kept going to the doctor to test his levels of all this stuff, and he was getting healthier. Like, he was actually feeling better, and like his health wasn't getting worse from smoking. So yeah, like he said, he stopped for like Philmate said he stopped for
right.
Yeah, but he still wasn't like a huge smoker. Like, wasn't his like identity. Like, he wasn't. I didn't say he didn't smoke weed. I'm saying he's not a huge smoker at the beginning, but now he is a huge smoker, and like he becomes a huge smoker towards the end of the show, the end of the movie. He's like,
him having the volcano in the movie was the first time I saw a volcano, and immediately went out and got one.
Yeah, I think me and Morgan had the same experience. Like, we saw that, and then Morgan bought a volcano.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit! I was like, what the fuck is he using to smoke with? What is this shit? Yeah. But I didn't know him before that movie came out. I knew him like maybe 3 years after that movie came out is when I first met him at a film festival. And of course, he was like, "You want to go smoke?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And like, I like hanging out with him all the time because he's one of the few people that can keep up with smoking, like with me. I can keep up with him, really. And it's just like, hey,
Yeah. What I was saying is that like the whole brand or kind of like thing of
I looked that man dead in his face with his long hair and just walked by him because I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, right. It'd be crazy like that sometimes. Like
it was after it was like I hadn't seen the nigga since COVID, and it was like the first time I'd seen him. And what was funny, he was with his same girlfriend that he's had, and I looked that girl dead in her face and thought to myself, "Oh man, Alicia has a twin out here. I wonder if she knows that." And then I just walked by, and then they came out to me and was like, "Why did you just look at us?" I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was fucking y'all," because I was high. But I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, he's how I know a bunch of other comedians and get privy to all the comic drama that goes on in the white comic world. And it's like, yeah, so I was like, it's just never that bad.
Right, but they never
You don't hear about it. You will not hear
No, it'll be bad. It'll be bad. I can't remember who it is, man. But he almost killed. He's the nicest motherfucker in the world, but he tried to kill Andy Dick.
I just ran through this whole thing about watching the Andy Dick documentary. It was
because he
I can see his face because
it's that show. He was on that show with
what's his face off News Radio.
Yeah, Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
Well, they won't say that he got killed, but he kept
Phil Hartman's wife the coke and all the shit she wasn't supposed to be.
Well, he used to give her cocaine all the time. That was the issue. Yeah, he used to like basically be like her coke dealer, essentially. But yeah, well, I can't remember his name. Was it Lovitz?
John Lovitz.
John Lovitz, yeah. John Lovitz tried to like kill him on stage. Very nice guy. Tried to kill him.
Shit out of him. He was
John Lovitz, by the way, very underrated comedian. Top 10 underrated comedians. I'm gonna go with John Lovitz.
Yeah, he doesn't look like somebody that'll try and fight you. He looks like a damn guy.
I hate to leave unceremoniously, but I gotta get going.
Nope, it's not unceremonious because we all gotta get going. You know,
that out. I'm just gonna say peace right now.
Participation, Producer T. Where can the people find you?
Always at my Instagram at Terry F Photos. Be sure to check it out if you want to see some awesome pictures of Japan, where I'll be heading on Saturday. And if you don't want to see things about Japan, but you like pins, then go to tpins.co and you can snag this beauty that just came out. Get ready for the holidays. It's never too early for fucking Christmas shopping.
Yeah, man. Go get you some of them pins, man. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode. Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find us at the Drunk Banthas on Instagram and Drunk _Banthas at Twitter. And Drunk Banthas on all the other stuff, likewise. And yeah, man. I can't remember all of them. Just Google it. But we're here. We're steering clear of all the negativity. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been a crazy long episode, but y'all kept watching, so we kept going. So appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night wherever you are. Peace.